Okay, so Harry Potter's back.
Harry Potter's back. Mother who's
You're
back.
like a Dudley brother.
That felt mean. Oh, no. Jake just said that was mean. Oh, fuck.
Sorry,
We're both Dudley brothers?
Just you.
Hagrid.
Just me?
You're Hagrid.
That feels mean.
That's a fat joke.
Oh, no. On today's Pardon My Take, the Masters. We talk about a weekend of golf. Jon Rahm's incredible Sunday. Sad Brooks' last round. We're going to get into all of it. NBA seedings have finally happened. The regular season is officially over. Talk a little bit about that. Play-in games coming up. We had UFC. We had, what else did we have? We had a ton of stuff. It was a crazy sports weekend.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah, that's it right there. So Odell Beckham, a bunch of guys in the NBA got in fights on the last Sunday of the regular season. So a lot of sports to get into. And we have our good friend, Scott Van Pelt, a tradition unlike any other. Scott Van Pelt zooming in from the airport after the Masters right before he eats a
big Texan cinnamon roll.
Big Texas toast or whatever it's called. So, before we get to all of that, we are brought to you by our friends at ourselves, the Barstool Sportsbook. Today's show is brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook, the one and only sportsbooks of shows and Barstool Sports. The Barstool Sportsbook is made for you, the loyal fans and listeners. It is the only place to find exclusive picks and parlays for me, Dave, and the rest of the PMT crew. Follow or fade us. It's up to you. Now offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code TAKE to unlock your $1,000 bonus. The Barstool Sportsbook lets you bet however you like with daily odds boosts, live in-game wagering, move the line and teaser bets, and Parlay Plus for bigger payouts. iCasino is also available in select states with table games and slots. You got to get the Barstool Sportsbook, so download and create an account today, and be sure to use code TAKE to unlock your $1,000 bonus. That's the Barstool Sportsbook. Code TAKE. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Use that code TAKE at the Barstool Sportsbook now. $1,000 bonus if your first bet loses, and bet with us at the Barstool Sportsbook. We got NBA and NHL playoffs coming up, so get excited. Great time of year for sports fans. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take. Today is Monday, April 10th, and Jon Rahm is your Masters champion.
Fuck.
That was our darling Jake fulfilling a promise because
crazy.
Greeny was rooting all in for Jon Rahm.
Everything he's got,
he's got, which is a lot. And so our darling Jake, to combat that, said that he would say the F-bomb if Jon Rahm won.
And Jon Rahm won. And Jon Rahm was fantastic. He was exceptional. It's hard to root for a guy like that. I did, again, I think I might have to go to rehab or something. The Brian Windhorst LeBron tweet, I was just thinking every time he hit it off the tee, and he is so strong because it's like a shotgun goes off when he hits off the tee.
He's so good.
He's so good.
When he's dialed
a big
in,
boy.
I would say that he becomes an assassin when he locks in.
Well, so I went and looked up some fun Jon Rahm stats because we obviously have known about him. He's won a major before. He's I don't know, is he number 2? I think he might be 2 behind Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, I think Scheffler's 1, Rahm's 2, but Rahm was playing. He didn't play his best golf leading into this tournament, but he was still only plus 900 to win.
Yeah, he's got the notebook in his back pocket that says Rombo, which just rules.
Yeah, big ass.
Yeah, big,
huge
dude.
The dude has an ass that won't quit.
So he has a mental coach.
Yeah,
and his mental coach used to be a bomb disposal expert.
Yep,
that is the coolest thing you could ever do is find a mental coach and not be like, oh, this is my therapist. No, this is a guy who was basically Jeremy Renner in Hurt Locker, and he tells you how to be calm when you're coming up, the back nine at the Masters trying to put the green jacket on once and for all.
Joseba Del Carmen is the dude's name. And so apparently when they started working together, Rahm wanted to fix his temper because he has all these outbursts, or used to have these outbursts on the course. And the bomb disposal guy was like, let's just not talk about golf. Let's just talk about your normal temper, and then hopefully that will carry over onto the golf course. That's genius, though, having a bomb disposal. That's probably the best person in the world to talk to about remaining calm.
Yes. He's Jon Rahm is a guy that everyone should want to root for because he seems like a very cool guy, calm guy because of the bomb disposal guy. Also, fun fact about Jon Rahm, his swing is the shortest on the PGA Tour because he was born with a disfigured foot and one of his legs is shorter than the other.
That's interesting.
So he doesn't have ankle strength.
Yeah.
And he shortened his swing for it.
Does that give him like a better approach?
I don't know, but I feel like this is now going to be a fad where, the Hanks of the world start shortening one of their legs to get the Jon Rahm swing.
And Tiger almost did that unintentionally.
Well, should we talk about Tiger real quick? Because
let's give Jon Rahm his flowers.
Jon Rahm deserves all the flowers. Yeah. He was phenomenal. He shot
the second best golfer in the history of Arizona State behind Phil Mickelson.
Yes.
So
Tim Mickelson, his brother was Jon Rahm's coach.
Yes.
College coach and first agent.
Another fun fact about Jon Rahm, you know how he learned how to speak English?
He said he dispelled this a little bit. Yes.
By listening to Eminem.
Yeah.
By learning Eminem songs. So that probably led to him having to get somebody who's like a bomb disposal technician to teach him how to keep his temper quiet.
Yeah. I read an article that was basically like Jon Rahm. The media ran with it after his first win in 2017. He's like, well, not really. That's not really how I did it, but
that's how
I'd listen to some. No, the other part was Tim Mickelson, Phil's brother, coach, used to make Jon Rahm and one of the other teammates who both were Spanish speaking do 10 burpees every time they said a word in Spanish, which seems like the Athletic's going to write a takedown piece on that retroactively.
Yeah,
but it worked.
Just beat it out of him.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Jon Rahm. Phenomenal Sunday. It was his dad's
30 holes. It was his dad passed away, I think, but it was his dad's birthday today.
Okay.
And there are certain things that we should be informed of before tournaments start so that we can figure out who's going to be the team of destiny or the golfer of destiny. Knowing that it was going to be his father's birthday on Sunday, I would have liked to known that. Also, I would have liked to known the fact that his caddy got that number. I think he was number 49. It's 4-9 today.
Yep.
That's another fun fact that Jim Nantz brought up several times, how that ties in with his dad. And also, he just had a kid. So he's got two kids now, one of which is less than a year old. Another thing I would have liked to know about before I decided who to bet on, because it's always a golfer with an infant that wins at the Masters.
Yes. And it's it also is the 40-year anniversary of Seve Ballesteros winning the Masters.
Would have liked to know that.
Fellow Spaniard, Spain, kind of a dynasty in Masters now. I think they have 6.
Yeah.
So
Los Masters.
They are running roughshod on everyone else.
Augusta.
But yeah, Jon Rahm was phenomenal. 30 holes because of the weather on Sunday. And he was just like unflappable because obviously we'll get to the part where we were rooting for Brooks. We bet on Brooks. We also wanted Brooks to win because he's a friend. And Jon Rahm just gave him Brooks played bad. Brooks choked a lot of. I'm going to say Patrick Cantlay really choked because Patrick Cantlay played slower than anyone's ever played in the entire history of golf.
And Brooks is a tempo guy.
He's a tempo guy.
Yeah.
There was actually a moment where Victor Hovland was already walking up the fairway because he's like, I can't wait for Patrick Cantlay anymore. He was playing with Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. So Brooks, tough Sunday. Everyone will make the joke, the Liv joke, 54 holes. Liv actually had a great showing because I think that they had Phil and Brooks tied for second. Patrick Reed was top 5.
He made a little run.
Was there someone else who was top 5 from Liv? I believe so. Either way, the Liv showed out. The Liv showed out, but Brooks. So some may call it a choke. Others, like us, will say there was a divine intervention at play. I alluded to this on Twitter. But we had maybe the greatest jinx of all time by someone in this room.
Well, yeah, there was that.
Does someone want to fess up? Because people, when I tweeted one of the greatest jinxes of all time happened on the PMT group chat on Saturday, most of the replies were saying it's Max or it was Billy or God damn it, Jake, why would you say that? Who would like to stand up and put their hand up as the person who
You know
did
what, Big
this?
Cat? I'd like to be the bigger man in this situation and say that I played a part in it.
Okay, no, you didn't.
I played a part in it.
No, who did it?
I'd like
Who
to.
did it?
I'd like to
Who
just
did it?
take some responsibility for it, and then we'll see if
We're all
anybody.
gonna take
No,
blame.
no.
Okay, yeah.
Who
Hey,
did it?
go
Who
ahead.
did it?
Go ahead.
Who did it?
No, good point, Hank.
All right, I'll just read the text. This is on Saturday after they suspended play for the day.
I just hope I get a second to explain myself after.
Are you admitting it was you?
Oh, for those of you who
You're the person, yeah.
If you've just started to listen to part of my take in the last 2 weeks, and you might not recognize that voice, that's Hank Lockwood back from his vacation.
Yes. who
someone
Brooks.
like hurt both of you on vacations
Okay.
when you were kids, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it because I feel bad. There's something that scars you guys just when the V word comes up.
No, we just gotta keep the lights on here. We're just grinding.
I was gone too. I don't know why all the attention's
We're
going
gritting
to Hank.
grinders.
Well, you were
That's what we
celebrating
do.
Passover.
Well,
Yeah, it was religious
Jake,
observance.
I'll say this:
Step away.
if you had jinxed Brooks the way Hank did, I'd be equally as mad at you for your vacation. So
This is dramatic.
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 You said
Okay.
traumatic.
Traumatic.
It was traumatic.
It is traumatic. Your brain wasn't on again. You showed up and you hadn't turned your brain back on from you were in sleep mode. Hank texted this after his play was suspended on Saturday. Brooks had a 4-stroke lead. He said, the question is, would Brooks come on Sunday, or would it be more likely he come on Tuesday if it gets delayed and they have to finish Monday? Pretty presumptuous of you. You basically had already...
You crowned him.
Yeah, he had tailored his green jacket. He was like, well, this is set perfect. We got our guest Monday. Brooks is on.
Hank was like, do you think all the other live golfers that greeted Brooks on the 18th green to celebrate his green jacket, you think they'd all want to come on?
Thoughts?
I think it's dramatic. Listen, I made a mistake. I was probably thinking a little bit too far ahead of myself.
You think?
But one, we were talking about merch, so we were planning shirts for if he won.
Shirts,
so
I understand.
My
Yeah.
head, no.
Shirts, I understand.
It's understandable, but I'm just if you let me
Okay, go ahead,
speak
go ahead,
without
go
interruption, it'd be nice.
But don't confuse the listeners with shirts, because merch.
I'm trying
making
to
shirts
explain
is part
myself.
of the business.
We
I'm
have
trying
to
to
have a
explain
shirt.
myself.
We have to have a shirt ready to go if Brooks had won, because we can't come up with a shirt in 5 seconds.
No
so you have to
shit.
plan
all
that
had
out.
to do
Yes,
shirts
yeah.
before.
You are proving my point.
But don't muddy the waters.
I'm
shirts
just
and
explaining
guests.
myself.
Keep them separate.
No, it's the same
No, they're
because
not.
I was going through the process of thinking of shirts, thinking of ideas of if he won. So I was thinking of him winning. So yes, that was the headset mind space I was in. And then I was like, oh yeah, because we in that conversation it was like these are the different options for if he wins. So I was like, oh, he's gonna win. And I was like, oh, I wonder when he would come on. The rain stopped. So I was like, he probably wouldn't come on Sunday because it's the Masters. There's a lot coming on. If you were
that's
to
not what
win,
you
No,
said.
you said, do you
That's
think
not
he'd
what you
want to come
said.
on
That's not
Sunday?
what you
I'm
said.
explaining. All right, just forget it. All right, fine. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
keep going.
I'm
Keep
sorry.
explaining
I
yourself.
fucked up.
No,
I'm the
keep-
reason Brooks blew it like 4. He had a bad Sunday.
No,
it's all my
keep
fault.
explaining yourself.
Sorry you lost your bet, big cat.
No.
I'm so happy to be back.
PFT shoe.
Excuse me, Hank. I'm also in this room.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. No, keep going. No,
That
no.
doesn't sound like you're sorry.
We're just correcting things that you're deliberately getting wrong, because it wasn't. You weren't saying, "Oh, he might." Like, we got to see.
I was
you said-
explaining my headspace. I
Okay,
wasn't saying
all right,
what
keep
I
going,
said. No,
keep
it's
going.
fine.
I wanna hear headspace.
I fucked up. I'm sorry.
No, keep going. With
I
your
thought
headspace.
Brooks was going to win. I made a mistake. I sent a wrong text message. Jinxed the whole thing. It's all my fault.
What about the fact that you also don't believe weather's real, and then weather reared its ugly head on Saturday?
Golfers are pussies. They should have just played through.
Well, I agree with that. I think that big weather
if
had
they
a
didn't
part
have
in this
fake trees,
because,
it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is big weather wanted where might you ask Brian Windhorst face? Where is the Weather Channel located? It's right outside Augusta. Do you think that maybe they wanted more ratings on the Weather Channel? Oh, what would do that? Maybe a big storm coming through Augusta, potentially suspending play. Just something to think about.
I think the trees were rigged to fall.
Ooh,
Controlled demolition.
Hank, I am that one guy who, like, I know that you could, I guess, die, but like, dude, you could sue them forever. I'd basically be like, I'm in the tournament every year. Those are my offers.
Oh yeah, no. As far as hitting the jackpot goes in terms of lawsuits, having a tree hit you at Augusta, that's the dream.
Yes, Hank, I accept your apology, and I also would like to say, if Brooks had played well on Sunday and lost by a stroke, I would have put all the blame on you. He didn't. He did not play well. That's the matter of the fact here. Like, he didn't play well, so a text can't have caused what happened.
Okay.
But you did have a part.
And I apologize.
A small part.
Yep.
Everything turned.
Everything turned.
Everything turned for Brooks.
Literally from that moment on.
Now, shout out Brooks, though. He did play. He played really well Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before Hank texted us.
Yeah, that's true. He was awesome.
I mean, he was
on
in the lead.
fire.
We were designing shirts.
Yeah, we were designing
We were
shirts,
ready to crown
which we
him.
have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to make money for the company here.
But yeah, Brooks did not play well down the stretch. That sucked. We wanted him to win. It would have been cool, especially like just the idea of Brooks not playing in the PGA Tour, but just showing up and like ripping off one or two majors a year would be awesome.
Yeah, in fact, if he had won this and then, he seems like he's back. Like Brooks is back to playing old school Brooks golf until Sunday happens.
As long as Hank doesn't send any more texts.
Hank keeps his name out of his lips. It would be very funny to have Brooks making $100 million to play in tournaments he doesn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
And then showing up and still dominating the rest of like the PGA.
Yeah.
When it came to the majors. But he played well for the most part before the weather delay. And then the course it didn't agree with his game. He was also fucking up his tee shots. His first tee shot in his last round today, that's when it was over. You know, when he found himself hitting out of the wrong fairway on the first hole, that's my move, Brooks.
Yeah.
I'm an expert at doing that.
Yeah.
I hit 70% of my second shots out of the wrong fairway.
Just hit it up the other fairway, and then you got a perfect spot.
Yeah, Rahm did that on the last one.
Guys.
I've never seen a player take a provisional on the 18th hole of the Masters. I didn't think that was a thing that you could do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just said, I'll take a provisional, and then he played a second one out of the fairway.
But then he found his original one.
No, he played second one out of the other fairway.
Yeah.
The wrong fairway.
Yeah, and then he found his original ball.
No, that's the shot that he hit. I think.
Okay, yeah.
And then he just picked up his provisional.
Got it.
Jordan Spieth. Shout out Jordan Spieth because he's quickly becoming like the Jameis Winston of the PGA Tour. He had 21 birdies, which is the most in the field, 10 bogeys, and 2 doubles. So he was just like all over the map.
Yeah.
At one point, he was like hitting out of a tree.
Yeah. He had a scintillating round 4, 66. Like a lot of guys actually, like it was a credit
66 and he lost his match.
Yeah, and Jon Rahm, like credit to Jon Rahm, because any other, like if you look at how some of these guys played on Sunday, it could have very well been a playoff situation with some of these guys. Like Phil played incredible. Yes, Phil shot a 65 on Sunday.
Yeah, Phil was locked in. Phil on Saturday when he came out rocking the all black with the black gloves, looking like a hitman. I knew that he was about to do something special.
Also, shout out Siwoo Kim for wearing the shirt that just said PGA Tour all over it.
Yeah.
In like different fonts. And he was playing with Phil on Saturday.
Yeah,
so.
and to Patrick Reed for wearing his other jersey. He was wearing the Aces jersey.
Yes.
He was wearing a pink Aces shirt and then a black Aces hat. The rivalry, I would have just loved to see a live player win the Masters just for the chaos that would have happened afterwards.
It was still a great tournament. It was weird because of the weather. Saturday afternoon, having that, like, your plans kind of ruined, that sucked. But having 30 holes on Sunday to watch, and I wish it was a little tighter. I wish we had a little more, like Brooks had stepped up a little more and it been back and forth. Because it did feel as soon as Jon Rahm took the lead, it was like, he's not giving this.
They were out to get Brooks because what better way to stop a player who doesn't really like to play golf than to make them play 30 holes of golf in one day.
Behind Patrick Cantlay.
And behind Patrick, more like Patrick can't play fast.
Yeah. There we go.
That guy sucks. Did he say that?
No, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
To himself.
I'm sure Rick Riley will come out with that. Put a clock on it. Within 30 hours, Rick Riley will say Patrick can't play.
It was bad though. It was bad watch. They I think the quote Brooks was asked afterwards because you could just tell he was so pissed. He said, "The group in front of us was brutally slow. John went to the bathroom 7 times today, and we were still waiting." So yeah. So Jon Rahm
pissed off.
Well, no, I think what Jon Rahm did, which is very relatable, is like when your food's taking forever, and you're like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and hope my food's here when I get back.
Yeah.
He just kept on going to the bathroom, didn't have to go, but was like, well, when I get back, we'll be ready to play.
Also, that guy who takes like the really, really quick piss break when you're out on the course, respect to that guy.
Yeah.
I think that was Max with us. I think Max might have put his dick out and taken a leak on the course on the first tee box.
What are you talking about? Did we play?
Not Homa.
No, but did we play? Was there a video of it?
Oh, no, not of that one.
Oh,
not of that one.
All right. There will be, though.
Well, he did have the camera out there.
That's true. Also, I went to take a piss at a tree, and Jake was like, whoa, you're too close, and wouldn't play swords with me. And then, like, tucked his dick in and walked away. All right, dude. But, yeah, go ahead.
Unexpected shout-out to the Birds, to the Eagles. In Jon Rahm's green jacket ceremony, he said that Zach Ertz texted him before the first hole and said, like, this green's looking wide open. First hole's looking wide open. So he goes out there and he double eagles it out of massive respect for the Birds.
And that right there tells you that the bomb...
Excuse me, double bogeys it.
Double bogeys.
Yeah.
That bomb detector is doing a great job because anyone else, and really just I'm saying anyone who's not a professional golfer, which this isn't rocket science, but if you double bogey your first hole, it's over for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, at that point you're like, I'm going to get drunk.
Yeah, even if I get close, I'll be thinking about the double bogey at the first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Jon Rahm, phenomenal. I've loved Jon Rahm since I first set eyes on him, and when I first set eyes on him was 2018 when we went to the U.S. Open. I think he might have been staying like near where we were staying, and I saw him in the tiniest Porsche ever, and he does not fit in a Porsche. And I was like, I respect this guy because he basically was like, when I make it, I'm going to buy a Porsche, even though those aren't made for guys my size.
Yeah.
He's just squeezed in. He looks so uncomfortable in the Porsche.
Him in a Porsche is like him in that tiny hat that he has.
Yeah.
And it's not really a tiny hat. He's just got a massive head.
He's a huge dude.
Just big head, big guy. He's more of a Haas than Scotty Scheffler is, I think.
No, he's country strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is.
Which country?
Whatever country you want.
The Basque region.
Yeah, he is definitely country strong.
Yeah.
He's got a little Adam Dunn to him.
Yep. Big donkey.
Yeah.
El Burro.
Yeah.
They should call him El Burro.
He does.
That's a good nickname for the donkey.
He's got that frame where you're just like, if you close your eyes when he's hitting off the tee, it's like a shotgun blast.
Yeah. No,
it's incredible to
Jon
watch.
Rahm, once Brooks hit that opening tee shot of his last round into the wrong fairway, you just knew that Jon Rahm, he's not a guy that's going to fuck it up.
No, Brooks didn't play well, and I know there's a lot of people who are rooting against Brooks. They had a fantastic Sunday.
Yep.
Because if you don't like Brooks, and I'm not going to sit here and try to change your opinion, watching him like slowly let the lead leak and then just have Jon Rahm completely stranglehold on it, that must have been very fun.
Jon Rahm, tee to green, he's Jon Rahm, tee to green, he's Jon Rahm. When he commits to a charity event, he doesn't fuck you over. Jon Rahm, no hatred, John.
Yeah.
You must have had a great fucking time because Brooks didn't play well, and it sucked. That's the part that sucks the most. If Jon Rahm went out and shot like a 64 and Brooks did well, you'd be like, okay, well, Jon Rahm was just phenomenal. It did feel like Brooks left a few out there. It's like, fuck. Just so he needed one bounce to kind of get the momentum going, and it felt like the momentum just never started going his way.
There were like 5 different greens that he hit, and his shot lands, and you're like, oh, that's a good shot by Brooks. And then those fucking undulations at Augusta.
I know.
And shout out to Jim Nantz, by the way, because Jim Nantz, he has been going to this tournament for what feels like 300 years and watching it. The second a ball lands, Jim Nantz will be like, oh, that's going to be bad. Even if it lands like 5 feet from the pin.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely the ball rolls back. They pull a Hank and it goes in the fairway.
Did you see Jim Nantz had like the perfect delivery of a live joke? He crushed it. Brooks hit one and it went in the crosswalk. And he's like, there's Brooks Koepka on the CW, the crosswalk. And I was like, damn, Jim, you still got it, bro.
That's as close as Jim Nantz will ever get to nuking you on a show.
But that was a nuke bomb.
It was a nuke bomb. There was a little bit of bittersweet revenge that Hank did have against our friend Max Homa, because Max Homa, in the now infamous viral clip where Hank chipped up and then had the ball roll back to his feet in PGA Tour 2K23 like 5 times in a row, and Max was like, yeah, I showed this to all the boys on tour. We call it a Hank now. He actually had a Hank. Maybe even on the same hole, Hank. Did you see that?
It wasn't the same hole, and listen, he's the one that called it a Hank. He exacted revenge on himself. He cursed himself.
True.
I didn't say that. I had a bad PGA Tour clip. It's a real shame that he was, making fun of me by calling it a Hank, and then the same thing happened to him.
I noticed that.
I wish it didn't happen.
I noticed you deleted your tweet.
Well, I wrote the wrong. I meant to write bite. I wrote cut.
Yeah.
So that was just like a. Vacation tweets don't matter.
You could edit that with Twitter Blue.
Yes.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, did you see the stats, by the way, behind it? When did you buy Twitter Blue? Was it after April 1st?
No, it was like the day before they threatened to take it away.
Because they did the stats, and there was like 73 people bought it after the deadline.
Yeah.
Like, of all of the blue check marks.
I did it
I was
like
like,
the night
God damn it, I
before.
hope that's Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Max, shout out to AWL who yelled out that's a spicy meatball.
Yeah.
You're welcome to come watch the Masters with us now that you've been kicked out of Augusta forever.
Maybe I do like saying that's a spicy meatball.
I think the umbrellas might have helped.
Yeah. You can't, harder to find. But let's not talk about Max because he didn't play well, and Max needs to finish like top 10 for me to make fun of him. Like, it just didn't go his way in a bad way.
Spin zone, he didn't have his A game. He didn't have his best stuff, and
his B,
and he made the
or
cut
his C,
at Augusta,
or his D,
even though he wasn't playing very well. That's hard to do.
His F+ game.
Tiger made the cut, and
his best finish at the Masters.
Now people are up in arms about Tiger Woods.
Oh my God!
Where they're like,
hold on. It's
progress.
Hold on.
Yeah,
What did he finish?
Tied for 43rd.
That was his best.
24.
I'm not going to make fun of Max. I don't want to do this.
2020 cut, 2021 cut, 2022 tied for 48th, 2023 tied for 43rd. He's
okay. So like in 2055, we're going to get to the top 5. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
He's gonna win soon. You're good. You got this, Max.
Yeah. Tiger
made the cut, and then people got pissed off at him because he withdrew. Many people are saying Tiger shouldn't be playing in the Masters anymore. But if you make the cut in the Masters, you should be.
Who's saying he shouldn't play in the Masters?
A lot of people are pissed off about him. They're saying that he's ruining his legacy by taking taking a spot in the 3rd and 4th round from players that could have made the cut if he weren't there, that would have actually finished the tournament. To them, I say, hearty fuck you. You've got a big dump in your pants if you don't want to see Tiger Woods playing in the Masters.
So I wouldn't say this, but some people online would say this, cynics, let's call them, that Tiger's injury did seem to come on like a wave as soon as he started playing bad. I wouldn't say that.
I would also not say that. But it's also
because I'm a huge Charlie Woods guy.
Yeah.
So I would not say that, but I read that and I was like, something to think about. Maybe I'll bring it up on the show.
Well, Tiger, he hates bogeys so much. That's like, he absolutely can't stand bogeys. He would love to finish around if it was just like straight pars and shoot even par. There was that old story when he played the best tournament maybe of all time in the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach, where he beat the field by like a record amount. He had, I think, the lowest 4-day total in the history of a major championship. And on the 18th hole on the last day, he scrambled to make his bogey, or excuse me, to make his par instead of hitting a bogey. And he celebrated, and everybody was like, look how happy he is to win the U.S. Open. And he was like, no, I mean, I knew that I was going to win the U.S. Open. I was just trying not to make a bogey because I can't fucking stand bogeys.
Yeah.
So if you hate bogeys and you're out there and you're playing like shit in the 3rd round, it's probably like a little bit mental that you're like, oh, yeah, my body does hurt.
My leg hurts.
And my leg hurts. That must be why I'm making these bogeys, so I'm out.
I just love it's really only Tiger. There's not many. I guess there's a bunch of like sappy people and golf writers and everything online, but Tiger elicits something out of these writers that you just don't really see with anyone else, where they just get so serious and like romanticize everything. This one was I screenshot it because I laughed out loud when I saw it. This is from Ryan Burr, who I think covers golf. He said, "The Ultimate Warrior, the National." Notice he didn't say the Augusta National. He said, "The National is a tough walk for anyone. Throw in the wet and cold. I was hoping the cut would stay at +2, not because I didn't want Tiger Woods to make the cut, but because the pain it would cause if he had to play on." This guy, just chill out, dude. Like Tiger's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
he's gonna keep playing the Masters. He might win another one. He's gonna play his select tournaments every year.
I don't think Tiger's gonna win another Masters.
We all said that before 2019 too.
I will. You know what? I'll drive my car into a ravine on purpose.
Okay.
If Tiger Woods wins another Masters.
I would not. He's the one guy I wouldn't count out for anything just because he's Tiger Woods. Obviously the odds are against him, severely against him, but again, before 2019, everyone thought he wasn't going to win another Masters.
Yeah, I feel like that was the end of the line for him. Where that was the one where it's like, oh, holy shit, Tiger did it.
But before that, people were like, no, there's no chance.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say there's no chance that Tiger wins another Masters.
Okay, I will be a Tiger believer.
I mean, I'm going to root for him, even if it means I have to drive into a wall.
Sounds like you're not.
No, I'll take that for the team. If it means that Tiger wins another Masters, I will drive off a cliff.
Hank, when you got up to take a Jon Rahm pee, we were saying that some people online were saying that Tiger started getting more injured as his play got bad. We wouldn't say that. Did you see anyone saying that?
I did not.
Oh, okay, good. All right, good. So you don't have any haters on your timeline or anyone talking about it that way.
Yeah, I mean it was slippery out there. It was
right.
wet. It's hard to walk.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's got a bad back.
Yeah. He was walking and then all of a sudden he wasn't walking.
The clip of him trying to get the ball out of the hole was tough. The clip of him just walking down the hill was tough.
I didn't say this. I'm saying some other people were saying.
Even in like the first and second rounds when he was hitting shots, he would pick his leg up after.
Yeah.
I think he was hurt the entire time.
Yeah.
I would never say that.
He got more hurt though as it went on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of walking.
It's a lot of walking. I mean, do you want me to read the tweet again? The Ultimate Warrior.
How long do you think it would take you, Big Cat, to play 18 holes at Augusta if you had to walk and also count every single shot that you were hitting? I thought to myself probably about 13 hours. Because think about how fucked up those greens are.
It would take a long time. I was thinking about this hypothetical. Do you think
We should try and join Augusta. I was thinking about that.
We should.
I would do it.
Why haven't we just applied?
I don't know. That's what I kind of popped it in my mind.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's apply.
Hit him up.
Let's apply.
I had the thought, why doesn't everybody just play Augusta all the time and get really, really good for the Masters? And turns out it's super private and you can't get it. I was like,
foiled.
Yo, why don't they just play it 1,000 times and get really good at it for the Masters? Like, turns out you can't.
It's a good strategy though that you had.
Do you think
that's why Freddie Couples is in contention? It seems like every year in the first 2 rounds. Freddie Couples, by the way, the ultimate flex, playing with a crew neck sweatshirt
and a yellow golf
and
ball.
the Dayglow yellow golf ball,
Yeah.
which is such an old man thing to do. But Freddie Couples, I feel like everyone's always surprised in major tournaments when on the first day Freddie Couples is like, he shoots like -1.
He does it
And
at
everyone's
Augusta
like,
every
everyone's
year.
like, what the?
Yeah.
It's because the man has played Augusta for 40 years.
Boom, boom.
And knows every single hill.
oldest guy to make the cut. Shout out Freddie Couples, absolute legend. I was going to throw out this hypothetical. If you had a superpower that the minute your ball gets on the green, every putt you ever make will go in. So you could be 100 yards away or 100 feet away, it goes in no matter what. Do you think you could get your golf game good enough to make the cut at Augusta?
I would pull my trick of just
Yes.
hitting. I would just go putter, all putters.
No, you can't. No, it's only on the green.
Yeah, no, I would
This is your
putt. I would putt down the fairway again.
I don't think that would make the cut. That would not make the cut.
I bet I could.
It's a very long golf course.
bet I
There's
could.
no
Yeah,
way
but
that
there's
would make
hills.
the cut.
You see all those balls
There's
rolling
no
downhill?
way that would make the cut. What are you
Just putt.
talking about?
Just putt.
There's no way that would make the cut.
No, I would not.
Hank, you think you could?
Yeah. Just got to get out there, grind.
Yeah, you got to get out there and just work on it.
So
How sick would that be if you had that in your bag where you're like, the minute I get on the green, it's in. And just
tough.
everyone's like, holy shit, he's the best putter of all time. And why does he keep slicing his drive like he's never played before? It would be fun. What are you going to say, Jake?
you cannot apply for membership. It's by invitation only. Membership slots open primarily when a member dies.
So we got to
So we
start
gotta
killing some
We
people.
got to
Yeah.
kill all these guys.
All right.
I have a list of
People we need to
people
kill?
who- yeah.
All right, don't
Notable
say their
members.
names out.
No,
Because then
no.
we could actually be like, they'd be like, oh, they said their names. They're going to kill them. We'll just see.
We're not going to kill anybody.
no.
Totally.
No.
But Jake, who are some of the people that are members there? Condoleezza Rice. I know
Yes.
she's there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jack and Klaus.
Jack
He
Nicklaus.
started off. I forgot to shout him out on Friday's show, but he started off the tournament really well.
Right down the middle.
They should show the shot tracers on those.
He should also play. If I was like, that's what I love about Fred.
A lot of
Couples.
walking.
Yeah, Fred Couples made the cut.
He made the cut, but I'm saying like, if I think Sandy Lyle like played his last Masters. Why would you ever? I know that there's a rule that like if you can't be competitive, you shouldn't be playing. Fuck that
Yeah,
rule.
I
if
keep
I want a
playing.
green jacket, I'm playing for the rest of my life.
Also, they should let Tiger should get to use a golf cart.
Wait, we have a plug.
What?
Pete Coors.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
He's a
Invite
member.
us. So we're open to an invitation. If anyone would
Yes.
like to invite us, we are down to be invited to become members of Augusta.
How fast do you
Yeah.
think we get kicked out of Augusta?
I was gonna say, how fast do you think like the Masters would lose all of its allure?
Yeah, I think we
Instantly.
There's like an unspoken negotiation that we have with the Masters where it's like, just that you shouldn't show up, and we won't try to show up.
Yeah. The people were pissed about the not being able to watch Brooks on Saturday. It's just the ultimate flex by the Masters is that they do. I think this was the 68th year. They do a 1-year contract every year with CBS, so they could just pull it at any moment.
Yeah, well, did you know that? I'll have you guess. What do you think the rights to broadcast the Masters is? How much do you think ESPN and CBS
Oof,
pay
I don't know.
per year?
Hundreds of millions.
$0.
Oh, because
it's free.
Yeah, because they
it's
don't.
free because
Yeah.
that way Augusta can control everything
Yeah,
that
yeah.
goes on with the broadcast. So it's like, we're gonna set it up. You guys show up. You're gonna get all the
Yeah,
ratings, but you can't tell us how to do shit.
And remember-
this is our tournament.
And that's why there's no commercials.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there are
There's a-
commercials.
no, but-
Yeah, there are 4
There are
sponsors. It's like IBM, Rolex, some other
But
super rich company.
What they did in, I think it was like 2002-ish, when the whole women want to join Augusta and they're like, no, you can't. This is the boys club. They pulled all their commercials for a couple of years so that those advertisers wouldn't get blowback because they're like, we don't need to make money off this. So they were like, we'll just go no commercials so no one can complain to our advertisers.
Yeah, they do.
It's the ultimate flex.
They do $1 million in sales. I think, was it every minute at the pro shop?
It's insane.
They make a shitload of money and they have $0 in TV rights. if they wanted to, they
I
could.
think it's every hour because I thought
Every
it was
hour?
like 75 million.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. Every minute
would be a lot.
That'd be a ton.
That'd be a shitload of money.
That's a lot of pimento cheese sandwiches.
Hold on. If they were,
Would it be a billion though?
hold on.
No, it would not be a billion.
It wouldn't be a billion.
You know how much a billion is?
60.
A shit ton.
It's a shit ton. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right.
All right. So if they
billion's
were
like
open for what, 10 hours?
10 hours a day, 4 days.
So they'd make 600 million a
yeah.
day.
I think
that would be more than
if they
a billion.
built enough
On the
pro
weekend.
shops, they could do it.
That was a cool stat until my brain was like,
Yeah,
wait.
no, it's
wait
a
second.
million per hour, which is still a fuckload
Yeah,
of money.
I saw it. It was like something like they make like 70 plus million in the course of the 5 days.
Yeah, they also have like underground tunnels for security and shit. It's
That
basically
rules.
Disneyland.
Yeah, that rules. The whole place is
You
awesome.
could
We
tell
gotta
me
go sometime.
You could tell me any lie about Augusta, and I would believe it too.
Yeah, we gotta go. We're gonna go one year and as a podcast, and we'll review it.
Yeah.
We'll give it
Augusta review.
4.5 balls.
It's pretty good.
4.5 out of 5 balls.
Yeah, pretty good golf course.
Okay. So shout out Jon Rahm. We're gonna talk more Masters with Scott Van Pelt in a minute. Before we get to the rest of the show, brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, created by fans for fans. Game Time is the ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. It's possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you would never buy. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds, and once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle. Enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website. Enter your email. Redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. We got baseball. We got hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs, summer concert season. Everything's coming up. It's going to be a great summer with Game Time. Use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. All right, Hank, pick a number 1 through 3 for the next topic we talk about.
3.
3. Okay, Odell Beckham to the Ravens. Wow.
Number 3.
Number 3. That did kind of shock me, and it feels like
It's the least Ravens-like signing of all time.
And
the Ravens have been stone cold committed to not having a good wide receiver for like the last, I don't know, the entire existence of their franchise.
well, I guess we should wait to see what Odell Beckham looks like because it could be the most Ravens signing of all time. If Odell Beckham's washed, I don't think he is.
Yeah.
But that would be the most Ravens signing of all time to sign Odell Beckham, and he's not good.
Well, he hasn't had a full season in what seems like forever
Yeah.
right now. And I think when he was healthy playing on the Rams, he was good.
Yeah, no, he was lighting up the Super Bowl when he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he was really good. So this seems to me like I don't think Odell would have signed with the Ravens if he thought that Lamar Jackson wasn't going to play next year. Counterpoint, now that I said that out loud,
You're kind of pointing yourself.
yeah, they did pay him $15 million,
Right.
which is an insane amount of money to pay Odell Beckham Jr.
Right. It does feel, though, that Lamar Jackson should be, like, excited about this. You would think maybe it's a nice little offer, like buying chocolates and some flowers when you fuck up. Hey, here's Odell Beckham.
You know what? It seems a little bit desperate. by the
little
Ravens.
desperate.
It's like, please, Lamar, take us
But
back.
maybe that's what Lamar wanted because it's been a
big
lot
gesture.
of like no conversing back and forth. A lot of you're sleeping on the couch, 2 ships in the night. Maybe this is what he wanted is like, just show me something. Show me that you love me in some form or fashion. Either could be most like hopefully $300 million or here's an Odell Beckham.
Yeah, I mean, it also could be like Lamar looks at this and he's like, you could have just given me the $15 million.
Yeah, true.
That would have been cool too.
True. But they're like, hey, look, isn't this nice? We got you a receiver. So
He's gonna look so fast in that purple.
yeah.
He's gonna look really fast.
Very fast. The other NFL story, Joe Douglas. Where was he at, Billy? Did you see this? He was at like some fundraiser, and they asked him, "Is Aaron Rodgers coming?" He's like, "Oh, he's coming. He's going to be here." So it has to happen now.
Well, it seemed
the
like
GM like at it looked like a fundraiser, just being like, "Yep, Aaron Rodgers is in."
It seemed like the Ravens put a premium on Odell because they knew that he was supposed to meet with the Jets tomorrow morning.
Right.
And that they were probably going to try to sign him. So they're like, don't let Odell leave the building. Give him a big offer and have him sign with us instead. Which is, I mean, it would make way more sense for him to go to the Jets. Mm-hmm. Right? Like if you're Odell, if your dad was cutting together highlight reels of how good you were with a quarterback that couldn't get you the ball when you were playing with Baker, right?
Yep.
going to the Ravens and having maybe no Lamar Jackson, that seems like that's a recipe for absolute disaster.
Yes.
If it's Tyler Huntley or somebody else, not Lamar Jackson next year, Odell is going to be pissed off.
Oh, he's going to be really
He's going to be
pissed.
very
He's going to be very
He's
pissed.
probably going to sit out and protest by like week 3.
He's going to be very pissed. He's going to be very, very pissed. All right, next number, Hank.
2.
UFC was awesome on Saturday night. Israel Adesanya slept Pereira, who he was 0-3 against, lifetime, 2 kickboxing, 1 UFC, and then maybe like the most cold-hearted move of all time, mocked Pereira's son, who was crying watching his dad get knocked out.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I loved it. I know that people probably were like, "Oh, that's fucked up," but Adesanya afterwards said, "I'm petty, bro. I remember the first time Pereira knocked me out in Brazil. His son came into the ring. This is a 5-year-old we're talking about at the time, and then started to just lie dead next to me. I'm like, you fucking little asshole. I'll whoop your ass if your dad don't do it for you." I looked for his kid and I pointed at him and I saw him and I copied the taunt just to remind him.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely
awesome.
love it. Like mocking a 5-year-old. That's
He's
what,
like 10 now.
Yeah, but at the time he remembered that a 5-year-old did that to him. Dude, if you knock somebody's dad out, you're allowed to make fun of that person's son.
Yes.
That's what goes along with it. Also, if you're a
My
UFC,
dad's stronger than your dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're a UFC fighter, maybe don't bring your kid to watch you get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Because even if you win the fight, your like 5-year-old is watching you step into the ring and some dude's trying to knock your head off.
Okay, but what if this becomes his villain origin story where he becomes the best, Pereira's son becomes the best UFC fighter of all time?
You know
and
what?
then beats Adesanya.
Does Adesanya have a son?
I don't know.
Because Pereira's son should be allowed to challenge Adesanya's son.
Yeah.
In a fight, like bare knuckle boxing.
Now we're just commissioning children fighting.
Yeah, I mean rough and rowdy.
Yeah, come see us, West Virginia. It was awesome though. It was like
I love Adesanya.
He hadn't been able to beat Pereira. I was at the fight in Madison Square Garden where Pereira was just like Adesanya was winning the fight the whole time. Then Pereira just kept on coming, couldn't stop him, and it was 0-3. And then finally he gets what he's been looking for, that elusive victory against him.
I love Adesanya because he actually does believe that he's a video game character when he fights. He looks like he's in Tekken, and he like they call him the style bender, right?
Yes.
And so he'll pull out these crazy ass fucking moves where it looks like he's a video game character, like trying to shoot a Hadouken at you.
Yeah. And
then you're like, wait, what is he doing? And he's like saying it's some energy transfer, some bullshit like that. I love having a wild card like that fighting the UFC.
Yes. No, it was awesome. What do you say, Billy?
He also stole his celly. Adesanya stood over him and was taking his bow and arrow celly just right after and just throwing him into him.
Yeah.
He just like
he
desecrated the man.
If you're 0-3 against a guy, I would imagine you have a lot of built up anger, things that you've like. Adesanya probably just sat at home being like, you know what? If I beat him, I'm going to fucking do this.
Yeah, like-
no, I'm going to do this.
Billy, you remember the first time you won a food challenge, how good that felt and how you
Felt
wanted
amazing.
to disrespect the food? That's what he's going through right now. He's just gotten bodied by food left and right. And now, of course, you're allowed to rub it in the face a little bit. Fire it up.
Also, Masvidal retired.
Yeah, he did. Which people kind of thought, because he was fighting in Miami, his hometown. So,
Yeah.
He'll be back.
I mean, he was an undercard on Kimbo Slice's backyard fights.
Yeah.
Backyard brawls. Like,
Yeah.
what a career.
He'll
Yeah.
be back. Sublime Directory. Who can forget?
he will be back.
Hell yeah.
We're calling our shot. Last one.
I was going to say 17.
Oh, damn. Did you see, by the way, Stathole Sports, he had a blog today. Our friend, I think there was a guy on Price is Right who did Plinko, and he got four times in a
I think
row.
this was fake.
And I'm just going off the blog.
Right.
The blog was fake?
No, the Plinko clip. I saw the Plinko clip.
Okay, all right. So I didn't see the clip. I just read the blog. Said that it was harder. It's actually like crazier what you're doing, not getting the lottery ball. 4 Plinkos in a row at 0. Did you see that?
Both rigged, yeah.
Okay. Number one, NBA playoffs. We're ready. And we also had a great last 3 days of the NBA regular season. We had the Mavericks tanking on Slovenia night. That sucked. There was literally
I didn't know it was Slovenia.
Oh, dude. There were hundreds of Slovenians who flew halfway across the country to see Luka play, and he played 1 quarter. It was Slovenia night.
Did not know that.
It made it very funny, but everyone's upset because the Mavs were still alive to make the play-in game. I think they needed to go 2-0, and I think Oklahoma City had to lose a game. And they're like, fuck it. We'd rather keep our own pick, which they have to be in the top 10 to keep their own pick. Otherwise, they owe it to the Knicks. So this makes them the 10th worst team, so their lottery ball odds are better. So we saw people were so upset, and it's like, how can this shock you at all when we've been heading this direction for a very long time, that once you get to a point where it's like, we can't win the title, we're going to try to lose. It just, we were eventually going to get to a point where a team tanked while still being
in the
mathematically
playoffs.
alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's still weird, though, to see a team just run away from playoff contention, especially when you made a move like bring Kyrie in, which seemed, that was an all-in move, right?
Yes.
I'd say that the Mavericks were all in on Kyrie. And then Kyrie, he skipped his exit interview with the Mavericks.
No way.
Yeah. He did not do his exit interview. Luka was upset by that because everybody else did their exit interview. Kyrie decided he was done. He was done with the season. So Kyrie kind of just congrats to Kyrie. He's getting better at breaking up franchises.
Yeah, it's
he's in record time.
The Mavs are in a weird spot. The game though, it was bizarre because a team that could still make the playoffs being like, fuck it, we're not gonna do it. And then on the other side, it was actually a perfect like mirror image of like competence. I know that people are mad about the Mavs move, but if you're trying to keep your pick, winning that game and potentially having a Hail Mary it going into the play-in game and then having to win those games to get swept, like if I were a Mavs fan, I'd be fine with it. Maybe not a Slovenian Mavs fan, but every other Mavs fan, I'm fine with it.
They should refund the people that flew over.
They should. Slovenia. The Bulls, they played the Bulls in this game, and the Bulls should have tried to lose because they already have the 10th spot. They're already in the play-in game. And they also, if they don't make it to the playoffs, would want better odds. And it would have I think they're going to now end up like 14 or 15. They would have been 10th. So it was one team doing the correct thing, getting scrutinized for it, and the Bulls being idiots, being like, oh, we want to get everyone like more time together before we get swept by the Bucks.
Yeah.
And so I just like the NBA has been heading this way, and it wasn't stopped when the process happened and all these things. So you can't be upset that this happened when you've kind of allowed it for a long time.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that they need to fix the lottery and figure it out. No one really understands how to fix it. I still think that there should be a tournament after the season's over where all the teams that don't make the playoffs compete. The winner of that tournament then gets either the best odds in the lottery, or they get the first overall pick.
If it's better than the mid-season tournament, if you want to try to add more games and more excitement, having these teams play at the end of the season that all suck, and being like who can be the best would be fun.
Yeah, well, the Mavericks didn't even have the worst weekend, I would say, of all teams that were in playoff contention. I'd say that would go to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, your Timberwolves.
My Timberwolves, the future's looking great right now for them. Rudy Gobert took a punch at Kyle Anderson in the huddle. According to Woj, Kyle Anderson told him to shut the fuck up, bitch. Woj, he decided to censor the word fuck but not bitch. That's an interesting editorial.
Misogynist.
The disagreement started with Anderson telling Gobert to block some shots and then Gobert telling him to grab a rebound. And then Kyle Anderson said, shut the fuck up, bitch. Gobert threw a punch and got sent home for the day. So
how are we feeling about your future?
Well, we're talking about the process right now, right? It was good expected value. My expected value out of that bet was the right bet. Now,
what do you mean?
Process over results.
Right.
I'm a process guy. The process of putting that future in was the correct thing to do.
The number was too good.
The number was too good.
Turned down.
The expected value based on what the odds were when I put the bet in, I'd make that bet 100 times out of 100.
I think your line was like if they could just win 2 series and get to the Western Conference Final, I'll have a hedge opportunity, which would be only the second time the Wolves have ever done that in the history of their franchise.
I'm going to retract that and say if they win one playoff series, then I'll still be in good shape.
Do you know what though? KG said he loved to see it. He said he loved the like a little bit of, what was the exact quote, Hank? So you might be okay.
Yeah,
this might be what you needed.
Maybe it's like training camp where in football you get so sick of punching your own teammates in the face.
Yeah.
You want to hit somebody else in the face.
What did he say exactly, Hank?
Nothing like a light scuffle to tighten up the screws before the playoffs. LFG.
There we go. LFG.
Yeah.
I'm in. Okay, I'm back in. It was a good bet.
KG.
And then he responded and said, playoffs, play-in, whatever. Stakes is up.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm very excited about this. I think that you guys are going to be eating your words when it comes to the Timberwolves. They're ready to go. They're fired up.
So the seedings are set in the East. The Bucks 1, Celtics 2, Sixers 3, Cavs 4. The Sixers Celtics is what we all obviously in this room want in the second round. Hank, you weren't on the show last week.
False.
Oh, you came on for just the lottery ball. That's right. Okay,
did you get that?
Right. You came on for the lottery ball. You weren't on the show to talk sports. What did you think?
Well, I could have talked about whatever you wanted to. You chose to talk lottery ball.
What?
It's your show.
Well, no, we asked you to come on
as a guest.
We asked you to come on at when we were going to talk sports, and you couldn't do that. But anyway, what do you think about the Celtics blowing the 1 seed?
We did talk about this.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh man, my mind's going.
They didn't blow the 1 seed.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Were they were the 1 seed at one time, right?
Yeah.
For the majority of the season?
I guess. I mean, they didn't. I wouldn't say they blew the 1 seed. They could have had it. They did not. They had some injuries. You know, they didn't. They weren't.
It sounds
playing.
like Brooks. It sounds like you're describing.
There's some
Brooks
load
right
management going on.
Someone
it wasn't
wants
as
to
bad
send
as
a text.
Brooks. Wasn't as bad as Brooks. But no, I'm ready. I'm excited.
You feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, Jaylen Brown's injury is a little bit weird. We're going to see
What
what
was it
happens with
exactly?
that. He cut his hand picking up a broken vase.
He's a baseball player.
You know, yeah, I'm just programmed whenever I see hand injuries to think whatever they're saying is fake. So
Wait, why is that?
because it's always like the baseball injuries. Like, oh, you know, I fell out of a shower when Dustin Johnson fell down the stairs. Like, some injuries just sound weird.
Yeah, picking up
and hand ones are always weird because it's like that's also usually when people get frustrated, they like punch something and then they say, "Oh, like I cut my hand on a vase."
Yeah,
I don't think he punched something, but it's just a weird coincidence.
Well, so he got 5 stitches from picking up a vase, which seems like a lot of stitches for just grabbing something, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think I could grab a vase and not get any stitches.
I'm confident. Yeah.
I really do. We should do that
don't-
challenge. We should do the Jaylen Brown challenge.
It's going viral.
Actually, we should do that for PMTV this week. Can we set that up, Max? Just break a vase in the green screen room and see if we can pick it up without.
You know what?
Getting any
I'll do you one
stitches.
better.
Yeah.
I'll do it blindfolded. I think I could pick up a vase blindfolded and not get 5 stitches.
Okay. I'm down to watch that part.
Let's broken
talk
vase.
about the part.
Don't you want to play
it's
golf
broken.
this summer?
It's broken.
This spring?
It's a
I mean,
broken vase.
but the difference between me and Hank is I would sacrifice playing golf this summer if it meant good content for PMTV.
I think this is a future problem.
Why not both?
No, I mean I will because
Golf
I'll be able
is
to.
great content for PMTV.
I'll be able to play golf
Counterpoint.
because I'm going to be able to
Well,
pick up this vase without shattering my finger.
We don't know when the video's coming out.
Well, no, but me and
Yeah,
PMT did
but
one last
we don't
week.
know
It
when
slapped.
the real one video is.
No, Hank's right. Golf is good.
So we're gonna get that video.
I
Yes.
never said we weren't going to get the video.
What's the ETA on that?
It's coming. that bad boy's coming.
Okay, so Jaylen Brown vase injury. Max, how are you feeling about the Sixers?
Sixers had a great win on Friday night that
Against?
no one's talking about against the Hawks.
Were the Hawks? Oh, the Hawks were playing.
No, the Sixers didn't play 6 guys.
Oh, okay.
Jaden Springer revenge game.
Okay.
It was awesome. We had Mac McClung got some time.
Nice.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm fired up for the Sixers. I watched that whole game on Friday night when I was expecting it to be the worst game of all time, and it was really fun.
So we got to figure out what's the bet for the inevitable Celtics Sixers second round game.
I think we should get
Second
there
round
first.
series.
I think you
You
guys
wanna
are-
focus?
Yeah.
People were throwing out the idea that you guys would do a shave your beard bet.
Yeah,
Loser shaves their beard.
I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
but we can say right now if we're planning out a
Yeah, if
content
it
calendar,
happens.
if you guys play each other in the second round,
Oh.
would you be willing to do that?
Why don't we just make it whichever team gets further?
No.
Loser has to shit. Yeah, why wouldn't
That's
we do
fair.
that?
No,
That's the
no,
same
we should
thing.
do it. We should wait for.
No, but that's the same thing.
We should.
No,
wait.
because you should be penalized if one of your teams loses and doesn't even
I
get.
think
the
you guys are
smack.
just jumping the gun and you should just
Yeah.
pump the brakes and relax and wait till the second
What
round.
about some shirts? We should put some shirts out.
Yeah, we should. We should do some shirts. This merch has just talked to us. They want us to talk about the next round and the round after that.
You think Peyton
You guys are
Pritchard?
going to be rooting for the Celtics, obviously, right?
Yeah,
Because our friend.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be rooting for the Sixers to lose in maximum amount of pain.
So but like in the Celtics, in the whole.
But it's like
Playoffs.
I'm not. I'm rooting for
you want the best case scenario for this podcast,
Yeah.
given that we have an award after Blake Griffin, Blake of the Year. Same way, Brooks is in it. We want him to win. We all
What
want
about
the
Pat
Celtics.
Connaughton?
We all want. Is he in Blake of the Year?
No, but he's
Friend of the show.
recurring guest.
George Niang.
George Niang's also a recurring guest. What about that? Kevin Love,
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson.
Are they in
Shit, we
Blake
got
of
a
the
lot
Year?
of
Do we do
recurring
season-long
guests.
awards for them?
LeBron James.
All right. I was just trying to. I guess you guys are against our friends. That's fine.
No, we just listed all of our friends. We're rooting for them all to have a really fun time in the playoffs.
Pat Bev.
Pat Bev.
I would like to see.
What?
I think it'd be good for the show, Hank. You have to admit.
CJ McCollum.
Of course, CJ. Having Celtics Sixers play each other in a series.
CJ of the Year?
great
I didn't
for
know
the
we did
show.
that. My bad.
We should. CJ of the Year.
Hezzy Hay.
All right, in the West, it's gonna be awesome. We'll do a whole preview with someone, but the Suns and Clippers playing in the first round, and then even the Kings and Warriors, where everyone expects the Warriors to win that easily, like Kings can just play. No one believes in us the entire playoffs.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that. So the Kings they're not going to be favored in the series, right? If you look at what the odds are. So, but the Warriors can also play the nobody believes in us card too.
Yeah, well,
for the first time ever.
No one believes in them on the road because they're terrible.
Yeah, they are bad on the road. I still think that it's Chris Paul's. This is his postseason to lose.
Oh, I'd agree.
If he doesn't get a championship, it's like, what are you doing, Chris Paul?
Yeah.
This is the one time that you have.
And then I can't wait for the Lakers to win the play-in game, and then all of ESPN to be like, watch out for the Lakers. Watch out. Let's watch out. Grizzlies, Lakers would be great. We need to have Shannon Sharp in every game.
Yep.
That would be so good.
Nobody's talking about the Nuggets. No one's talking about the Nuggets.
That's true.
They're flying under the radar. Just keep an eye on them. No one's talking about the Bucks either.
People are talking about the Bucks.
No one's talking about the Bucks.
People are definitely talking about the Bucks. A lot of people.
No one's talking about the
You should
Timberwolves.
just mute the team name, and then
No one's
according,
talking about it.
Yeah,
no
I
one's
haven't
talking
seen
about
it.
them.
People are
Yeah,
definitely
I haven't
talking
mute
about the
them.
Bucks. What were you going to say?
Warriors versus Kings is David versus Goliath in my fall rankings. Number 1 versus 124.
No, love that.
Versus worst.
Your overall power rankings of every
Warriors
professional team?
are number 1 and 124 dead last for the Kings. I already apologized to the Kings when they clinched the playoffs, but
You're probably getting a lot of tweets.
oh yeah, a lot from the Kings.
I'm actually shocked we didn't have a terrible Kings take that people could dunk on us for.
I mean,
besides Jake's.
I mean, preseason it was the
that
right call. They
Doesn't
hadn't
that
made the
feel
playoffs
like
in
something
so
we
long.
would have done?
yeah, but I mean, who has Kings takes in general?
Well, I'm saying but we usually find the take that hasn't even been said and then have it somehow be wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
We are really good at that.
Now that also is a byproduct of us not ever saying like where do we think the Kings are going to finish because they probably would have said dead last.
This is going to be their first game on ABC since 2007.
That's crazy.
That's
Every
insane.
team
crazy.
plays in the regular season. They air
That's
a
crazy.
game a week.
Okay, let's get to Who's Back of the Week. Then we have Scott Van Pelt coming up. Who's Back of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. Sometimes the days can get so crazy that you forget to make time for fun. When that happens, you've got to choose to chill. So go ahead. Say yes to midweek happy hours and catching the game after work. And while you're at it, enjoy an ice-cold Coors Light, the beer that's made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when the beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill. When you're making time to chill, crack open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Golf. We've been talking golf. Golf is perfect for an ice-cold Coors Light.
Swing juice.
Yeah, out on the course with your friends. The best Coors Light when you choose to chill. Pair your plans with an ice-cold Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, the best beer ever created. Check it out, Coors Light. We love Coors Light. Okay, who's back of the week? Hank.
I have a couple. My first one is me. I'm back.
Thanks, Hank.
Vacation was nice.
I missed you, Hank.
I just want to say, I know I listened to the podcast. I heard, and I've heard over the years, the hate and vitriol you guys have towards taking time off, and you love the grind day in, day out, 365. And I wonder sometimes, am I wrong? Is it messed up of me of thinking this way? And then I go to places like San Diego and see how people live their life now, and it's like that. Yes, these are my people.
Vacation people.
It's just a lifestyle that sometimes I'm like, everyone in this room has a different mindset. Maybe I am wrong, but then it's like, no, I'm just with the wrong people.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you want to? Is this you breaking up with us?
No. I
was happy you were back, but I guess I shouldn't.
This sounds like it's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
Talk where you're like, you've discovered yourself on vacation, like you did your Eat, Pray, Love out in San Diego.
Also,
and now you want to be a beach person.
Isn't San Diego just a ton of retired Navy and military? They deserve that.
No, there's people everywhere.
Okay.
Out and about, bars are filled every night. It's just it's an eye-opening experience.
All right, so you
Great
don't want to
time.
be with us. That's
Do you want to
fine.
leave?
No, I do. That's not
Hank, I want you to be happy.
right. But then I go on vacation. You guys just chirp me constantly and make me feel bad for being on vacation.
But that's because we miss you.
This makes a lot of sense to me. It seems like you want to be just a full-time vacation person.
We miss you.
No, I just think that
want
taking
you
a
to
little
be
bit of
happy.
time off to spend with family and resting and recharging is good.
Yeah, you came
every
back in a
once
great
while.
mood.
Well, I came back and I was getting. I mean, again, it is what it is. I fucked up. I messed up the
you
Brooks
didn't. No,
bet.
you
I
didn't.
lost
No, you
everything.
didn't. No, you
I
didn't.
screwed
No, you
everything
didn't.
up.
No, you didn't. Brooks screwed Brooks.
Yep.
He didn't play well.
Who's
wait,
back?
but we love you. We miss you. That's why we chirp.
I miss you guys. I
It'd be worse
It
if you-
wasn't nice to hear the things you were saying
Wait,
about me
what
on the
did we
podcast.
say?
I wasn't there.
What do we say?
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything mean about you.
I was your Firefest because you asked me like 5 to do the podcast at 5 o'clock in the afternoon the day of.
You weren't my Firefest.
Hank, what
it was
did
a
you
joke?
What did you miss about us?
You were not my Firefest. I love you, Hank.
What did you miss the most about this podcast?
Wouldn't it be worse if you left and we just pretended like you never were coming back? Wouldn't that hurt more?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll start doing
It was
that.
a week. I was gone for like 2 days.
I missed you so much. I would just look up and just like not there. I just miss you.
You could
Fucking love you.
become a travel blogger and make vacationing your job.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
influencer.
That's a good idea. It's a really good idea.
We need more whale content.
I miss you guys too a lot. I just,
Yeah, you could boondoggle like. I mean, that was or sidetrack, but Donnie. Everyone loves the Wonton Don. We love the Wonton Don. And Dave is in Italy right now, and he texted him some recommendations. And Dave was like, "Did you live here?" And he's like, "Yeah, for a year." Dave just had no idea.
Now, to be fair, Donnie, he did a lot of traveling around Europe during that year.
But I knew he lived there.
He was stationed overseas.
Yeah, I
yes.
knew he lived there.
Hank,
Shout out to Wonton
Hank,
Don. He's going to Everest.
What did you miss the most about this podcast since you missed us so much?
just the camaraderie.
Just guys being dudes, locker room. Do you want a hug? Do you want to hug?
No,
Do you want a hug?
I'm
Hug it
happy
out,
to be
bitch.
back.
Should we hug?
No.
I missed you
I miss you guys too.
a lot. A lot.
Who's back is the Bruins.
Max is not Hank. We tried. He's not Hank.
Max is great.
No, but he's not you. See what I'm doing is I'm putting him down to put you up.
You also did that last week when he was gone.
Yeah, well, you did also bet against UConn in every tournament game.
I don't like UConn. I stick with.
At some
my
point, you're going to
guns.
start to no. My who's back of the week is the Bruins.
Yeah.
Set the season record for wins in a season. I just fucked that up, but they set the record for
No,
wins
you
in a
said it
season.
right.
Pasta scored 60 goals. My friend John Feidelberg has been, watching every game, talking about how good they are, wondering where the bandwagoners are, why more people aren't talking about the Bruins. So I'm here to start the bandwagon. Hop right on just in time for playoffs. Bruins, Celtics. I did put the future in a long time ago. Bruins and Celtics both win the championship. That would be great. But I'm all Bruins for the rest of them, at least month and a half.
Yeah,
2 months.
it's shocking that other members of sports media aren't talking enough about the Bruins setting, would you say, the season record for season wins? Mm-hmm. It's actually an incredible record.
In a single season.
In a single season. The fact that they did that in a single season is the most impressive thing ever.
63 wins.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So welcome, Puck Hank. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, get ready.
Congrats
Yeah.
on the President's
The
Trophy.
President's
Hank.
Trophy in hockey, I think,
Congrats.
is a bad thing, though.
It is.
I
Yeah,
will say
of
that.
course.
Like, that is something I'm worried about, just, as day one on the bandwagon. It's like, do you really want to be flaunting the President's Trophy in everyone's faces like Capitals fans used to do, and then they lose in the first round? That might be
That
bad.
seemed like it was
But
a personal shot. I thought you missed being on this podcast.
Fact or
Perfectly
fiction, the
timed
Capitals won the
No.
President's Trophy every year and lost in the playoffs first round like 10
it's
times
a fact,
in a row.
But the fact
All
that you
right.
brought it up seemed like it was direct. It was personal.
No, I'm just bringing up
Hank's
historical
back.
context. Historical context is important.
Yeah. Well, we won a Stanley Cup.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe eventually you'll get one too.
I already have one, but yeah, it'd be nice to get another one.
I'm rooting for the Bruins. Bruins and Leafs.
Those feel like they conflict.
Oh, big time. But it's the value. I
Yeah.
got tremendous value.
All right, Hank, let's talk some puck. I think we're going to have Biz and Whitney on for a playoff preview. You should get some like really, really detailed Bruins questions from fights to ask them.
I mean,
Just
Why don't
flex
they
on your
shoot more
knowledge.
on the power play?
Yeah.
this is the best hockey team of all time, right? It'd be a massive.
regular season.
It would be
in
a massive
single season.
disappointment if they didn't win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, in a single season.
Yep.
Chris Paul and the Bruins going for legacy this year.
Yep.
All right, PFT, your who's back?
My who's back of the week is Harry Potter. So I just found out that before we started the show, they're doing an 8-part series, just Harry Potter. I have a confession to make.
I'm same.
Same?
Same.
I've never read a word of Harry Potter.
Same.
I've never seen a second
Same.
of any Harry Potter movie.
Same. They're just trying to find new ways to make us watch it, and I still won't watch. They're going to just keep making new Harry Potters in different... Like, all right, Harry Potter, listen up. Who is it? What's her name?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm.
You put Harry Potter in a Twitter thread, and I'll read it.
Okay.
The whole series.
I might. So
I won't actually do that. Maybe on the back of a cereal box.
I've already committed to watching the Jersey Shore, which is one thing that I missed. I'm thinking about trying out Harry Potter, but I feel like when we were growing
Those are
up,
just too old.
It felt, it felt like I was too old for it when it was young.
Right.
When it first came. That's
yeah,
how
since
old
you
I
guys-
am.
yeah.
Because I'm really old.
We're old.
I read the
No,
books. I read the books when I was a kid. I was right in the age frame, and that's actually when I read books. Loved the books. Hated the movies.
Can I just watch Star Wars? That's the same thing, right? Which I also haven't seen from start to finish.
Same.
It's going to be HBO, so it might be like...
We should do it.
What, violent?
No, like...
But the books aren't violent. It's
no,
not
no,
like Game
I'm
of
saying
Thrones.
it might get horny.
Oh, but
Oh.
they're
The books-
underage
Like a
kids.
Hufflepuff.
Billy, they're high schoolers. You
But it was
freak.
implied in the book.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch
Not
high
till, like, the
schoolers get
fifth
freaky.
one.
Yeah.
Did you read the books?
I read all the books and the
Sounds like
movies.
you don't know what happened.
No, there's plenty of like implied banging in the book.
what house are you, Billy?
I'm probably Slytherin.
You're Slytherin.
Yeah,
you're
what are you,
definitely
Hank?
Slytherin. Hank's
Gryffindor?
Gryffindor. Hank's
No,
Gryffindor.
no.
Dude,
No, he's
you
Hufflepuff.
run this
Yeah.
entire company.
Puff
You're
it up.
Gryffindor.
Pretty much the extent. Isn't there a...
Ravenclaw.
There's like a staircase? Is there a staircase?
Yeah, they move.
There's
Yep.
there's a sorting hat, which is pretty much like the lottery ball machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harry Potter's back.
Harry Potter's back. My other who's
You're
back.
like a Dudley brother.
That felt mean. Oh, no. Jake just said that was
no.
mean. Oh, fuck.
Sorry, I
We're
don't-
both Dudley brothers?
Just you.
Hagrid.
Just me?
You're Hagrid.
That feels mean.
That's a fat joke.
Oh, no.
Wait, are
Hank's
those like
all the way back. Good to have you back.
In the third one, he gets blown up, right? Doesn't he
Oh,
like fly up like a balloon?
oh, no.
Oh no, that was the ant. That was the ant.
That's right
Sorry.
after football season.
Something like that.
is that like the Dudley boys? You can just be a Dudley boy.
Hank, you should
they rocked.
Hank and Billy, you guys like totally missed out on you could just completely insult us with Harry Potter references and we
Oh,
would
big
never
time.
get them.
Big
You
time.
just keep doing that. People would love it.
PFT works at Gringotts.
Oh, no.
shit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Is that the dwarves?
good one, Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
goblins.
funny. That's so funny. I forgot to laugh, Billy.
I got more.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
unload the
Go
clip.
on,
Hit me.
Go.
Come on.
Go,
Whoa.
Hank. You too.
Big Cat's Hagrid.
Yep. Fat. What else you got?
We
I
got some
actually
more.
get Haggard a lot.
Shit. Hank's thinking. What do you got for us? Lay it on us.
That's too far, Jake.
Oh, no.
That's a slur. Jake just uttered a slur.
The M
Definitely a
word?
slur in the Harry Potter.
You called us mudbloods?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
No,
very
I wasn't
racist.
calling it, but like,
No, it sounds like you called us that.
okay.
Is that what we are?
I think he said over here was like Mudblood City.
Oh.
That was a Tom Brenneman moment.
No,
Damn.
yeah, that was worse.
Oh.
You probably. I can't really think of many insults. You probably had the crumb in the World Cup.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Well, you could also just do the killing curse. Just kill him if you want.
No, I would never do
Yeah,
that.
that's too far.
I don't read nerd shit.
But the
like that.
movie sucked. The show's probably gonna suck too.
Okay.
That's my take.
It sounds like there are a lot of words.
Books are good though.
If they make a Game of Thrones,
At least
like,
200
weird-
pages. Multiple.
Oh, the butterbeer, right? There's always like 400 girls lined up around the block. There's this one store in New York that sells butterbeer, and they all line up, and then they take like 30 seconds to have their boyfriends take pictures of them with the butterbeer. I would try butterbeer.
Yeah, why not?
Those are two of my favorite things.
Yeah.
My other who's back of the week is Crack. Crack's back in New York City, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, New York Post reported that there's
Selling
been-
it on the street.
It never left.
Yeah, no, Crack was low key, like it was mid for a while. Crack fell off, and now apparently there's a resurgence in crack in New York City. So be on the lookout.
Okay.
That's one drug I don't think I'd ever want to try.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
I agree.
Has fentanyl made people go back to crack?
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's nuts.
Yeah. All right, my who's back is the state of Connecticut, they already were back, but they won another national championship, Quinnipiac.
Oh, yeah.
Place where we taught our first course, beat Minnesota in the Frozen Four. Awesome game-winning goal. Off it looked like a design play off the face-off in overtime, so they scored it with like 10 seconds into the overtime. Quinnipiac was, from everything I understand, was like a dog shit hockey school for a very, very long time, and they've basically ripped off the most wins in hockey in the last 2 years, and now they have a title. And unfortunately, Minnesota just continues their sadness.
Yeah, well,
So-
reciprocity with Wisconsin.
Yeah. Well, Wisconsin has more state of hockey. Minnesota, that is the school. They have 5 national titles in hockey.
Yeah.
Wisconsin has 6.
But Quinnipiac, they're going to party so hard at Quinnipiac. They might as well just cancel the rest of the semester there.
I mean, pretty fucking crazy that the state of Connecticut just went back to back.
Yep.
Like that. Okay.
Go
Billy.
Cats. Bobcats, right?
Yeah, I think so.
My who's back is Shaq. So remember that FTX case? There was a bunch of celebrities who were sponsoring it and being spokespersons.
What FTX case?
You know?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. With the SPF. Okay, so you know, like Pineapple Express, Seth Rogen's character.
Yep.
He like serves papers.
Yep.
So it turns out Shaq is the last person on that list. I think it's like 30 to 40 celebrities who's avoided getting served papers.
That's
Seems like,
awesome.
Seems like Shaq would be very easy to track down.
No.
The easiest.
Yeah, maybe the easiest person in the world to track down, actually.
So allegedly, Shaq's been avoiding them, like getting away from them, just not getting the papers. And someone connected to Shaq or a random person texted the serving group in Texas. Shaq lives in the Bahamas, you stupid fuck. Give Beth Shaw my regards. Beth Shaw is the server's wife. And so apparently someone allegedly connected to Shaq, maybe threatening the server. And Shaq's nowhere to be seen.
That rules.
Isn't he doing NBA on TNT?
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, but
So then-
they just lock that down.
Yeah.
Shaq Fu. He's avoided all the servers.
He probably just swats it when they try to serve
Yeah.
him.
Isn't he going to be? Do they go? They go on the road. Oh, that would be awesome if it happened in the middle of the taping of that.
You know, it'd be sick. Like, Kenny Smith gets up, runs to the big screen, and meets Shaq there, and Kenny
Yeah, with
Smith
papers,
serves him
yeah.
with a subpoina.
Yeah.
I just don't get why Shaq's having such a hard time. Yes, I'm not feeling bad for Shaq. He did make a ton of money, but like, how the hell is SBF like getting really nothing? Like, he's out of jail, and like Shaq's getting tracked down by like a bunch of dudes with papers.
Well, SBF, he's arrested, right? He's been
No, he got
indicted.
out.
Yeah, but isn't
he-
he on probation? Like, is he on parole?
I don't know. I saw
They
him on
already.
a
It sounds like
first-class jet.
they already served SBF.
Yeah, but isn't he going to jail?
Yeah, but no, they don't know yet. He
Right,
might get
but-
out of this.
Right, but he hasn't.
But Shaq
Like, he
might
went
not
to
be going
jail.
to jail
He paid
either.
the bail. He's out probably with a monitor.
Right.
So
But
he
still.
has gotten it worse than Shaq,
How
which
come-
he should.
Yeah.
Right. But Shaq's like on the run. Like, come on.
I think what Billy's saying is that like Shaq is too friendly to
Yeah.
be really charged with a crime.
Like, come on.
Got
Like,
it.
leave Shaq alone.
Yeah, let Shaq chill.
He's like done enough to like avoid the papers.
Yeah. Agreed.
By evading it, there should be
Yeah.
like
There should be a time
there should be a
clock,
time
yeah.
limit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That'd
like
be
a
fun.
game. All right, Jake, finish us off, then we'll get to SVP.
Yeah, continuing with the hockey theme, my who's back is our first responders.
Yeah.
It is game week on Long Island, New York's bravest, New York's finest,
In Long Island.
clashing at UBS Arena, sold out UBS Arena. Saturday, coverage begins at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Battle of the Badge.
Who are you rooting for, Jake?
Barstool.tv. I'm down the middle. Have to be
Got to pick a
in the
side.
booth with Biz. But yeah, if you want to get hyped for this game, go to the Spit and Chicklets YouTube Battle of the Badge documentary. They're behind the scenes crew, led by Sean. Mike helped as well. Everyone. It was unreal. Like it'll get you very excited. They're gonna fight.
Yeah, there's some fights in this
They're
game,
going to fight.
which is always fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like these guys have probably thought about who they're going to fight well ahead of time.
Yeah.
This has been planned out.
So it's an annual game. It's an emotional pregame ceremony. Then when the puck drops, battle.
Game time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So tune in, Barstool.tv, Saturday afternoon. Gonna be awesome.
Love it. Very excited. Very, very excited. Who are you rooting for, Billy?
NYPD.
Okay. Nice. I think I'm doing the in-between periods, so I don't think I'm allowed to. I think I'm going to just do the Jake thing. Just be like neutral.
Yeah.
But also firefighters are awesome and their trucks are cool.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the trucks.
The trucks are
but
cool,
also,
dude.
But also, I don't want to get arrested.
But the trucks
If
are
I
cool.
do get arrested, I hope both sides win.
Yeah, there you go.
I hope both sides win.
All right, let's get to SVP. Talk a little more Masters. He was at Augusta all week. Great stuff with him. Before we do that, PFT, you got a couple ads.
Yeah, before we get to SVP, I want to talk to you about our great friends over at Hims and Hers. Who hates going to the doctor's office? What's your least favorite part? Well, probably spilling all the personal information to a doctor, especially if you have an issue that you're trying to keep under wraps. A lot of people hate going to the waiting rooms with the gross magazines. A lot of people just physically hate going to doctor's offices. You got the harsh lighting, the awkward conversations. It sucks. But if you're struggling with ED, hair loss, or your mental health, and you thought the only solution was getting in your car and going to the doctor's office, I'm here to tell you that you were wrong. The HIMS process is convenient. It's 100% online. It doesn't require insurance. Whether you're looking for support for performance in the bedroom, hair loss, or your mental health, HIMS can help. At 4hims.com/PMT, you get access to medical providers and trusted treatments for ED, hair loss, and anxiety. Best of all, it's 100% online. If prescribed, HIMS will ship to you for free in discreet packaging. It's that simple. Getting help should not be hard. With HIMS, all it takes is one click to get started. So go to 4hims.com/PMT today. No doctor's office visit or insurance required. Get started today, 4hims.com/PMT. That's 4hims.com/PMT for your ED, hair loss, and mental health treatments all in one place. 4hims.com/PMT. And now here is Scott Van Pelt.
Okay, we now welcome one of our favorite guests, great friend. It's a tradition unlike any other. Scott Van Pelt live from the Augusta airport after the Masters. Here he is. Let's just hop right into it. Jon Rahm, man, is he strong.
So that's your golf observation? Is Jon Rahm strong?
Well, it's a Brian Windhorst tweet as well when he said, and man, is LeBron strong. And man, is he strong. So, but he is, like, you're watching this. We're playing a weird tournament because of the rain and everything. 30 holes today. Jon Rahm, when you're watching it and he takes over the lead, was there any doubt in your mind that he was going to give that up? Like, he just feels like a killer that just doesn't give up those type of moments.
That's the exact word that Andy North, fellow Badger, used afterwards. He's a killer, and not every guy out here is kind of wired like that. Rahm just wants to squash you like a bug. And the thing about Brooks was that you could just sense it was like a racehorse that was ahead but was just slowing down, and you could just tell that he had to make birdies and he couldn't. And no, I mean, when they flipped the lead, and then when Rahm made birdie on 8 to go ahead 2, I mean, look, anything can happen here. I mean, but Rahm just, and it's boring. It's kind of super inside golf, but like just technically what he did, and like on 12, you got to fire over the, hit it over the bunker. Don't mess with the flag. Perfect shot. 13, hit it around the corner, over the green, down and chip it down, make a birdie. Perfect. 14, he allows you drive, then hit an incredible shot. He just did everything technically perfect, and nobody could really do anything to get close to them. Then, like, Phil shooting 65 was insane.
Yeah.
But I mean, to answer your question, no. Once Rahm had the lead, it was a wrap.
The course kind of changed a little bit after the weather hit on Saturday.
Drastically.
We saw when they called it off, there was just standing water everywhere. I couldn't even believe that they were still playing when they decided to suspend play. From a real golf point of view, because we're idiots that we just watched on TV and we scream like, "Go Brooks, let's go Brooks," and we don't really know what's going on out there. What was it about the course that changed that was at a disadvantage for Brooks and helped Rahm?
I don't know that it was the course, honestly. I mean, well, look, Brooks benefited massively, as did anybody who went late, early Thursday, Friday, and that's just 100% luck of the draw. You either get the good weather or you don't. And Brooks in that part of the draw did. And then, like, Rahm and Tiger and JT and whoever else was out there, like Saturday, I can't explain to you how bad it was. I mean, relative to, I've been coming here for 20-something years. I've been here when it's cold. I've been here where it rains. I've never been here where it was that cold and that rainy. And like Thomas told me today, he's like, I absolutely smoked my drive on 18. I had 240 yards to get home on the 18th hole. Like that's not a 240-yard second shot for these guys. And so I just thought Rahm, I mean, look, Jon Rahm is so strong. He was really strong in the shitty weather on Saturday. And then more than anything, like when they came out Sunday morning and Rahm had a putt for birdie and Brooks had a putt for par, Brooks missed, John made, just like that, it goes from 4-2. And I mean, that's as big a momentum shift as you could have. And Brooks just couldn't make a birdie. When he didn't make the birdie on 2 and Rahm made the birdie on 3, you could just, I mean, like I said, that's the racehorse analogy. You could feel Brooks fading. And I don't think it was the course as much as it was just, he just couldn't, it felt like a little bit like Rory at St. Andrews. He couldn't stretch it out.
Right.
And there's a freedom in trailing in majors. I don't know how to explain it or why it is, but it almost feels like it's just better to be the whoever's in second.
It also just felt like all Sunday, and Brooks did not play well, so we're not making excuses, but it felt like he just couldn't get that one bounce that, like, you see one good thing happen, it's like,
You're
all
right.
right, let's go do this. It felt like every time was just, a little bit off, a little bit here, the shot was a little short. He just couldn't get that one bounce.
100%. On like the 9th hole, there's so many greens out here. If you like on 14, the shot Rahm hit was nuts, and it rolls to exactly the right spot. Like the shot Brooks hit on 9 is an inch from not getting caught up in the fringe, and if it doesn't, it rolls to, I don't know, 5 feet. Like it's easily in birdie range if that happens. I don't know how short he was from being on the green on 4, but it didn't seem like a ton. You're right. He was just fractionally off. But I mean, Rahm is just an absolute monster right now. And, like I said, you get asked beforehand, oh, who do you like and this and that. And I said Brooks. I like Brooks a lot. You and I were talking about hedging. Do you hedge?
Nope.
Never hedge.
Never.
Team no hedge.
Team no
hedge.
Wish I did.
Now, team hedge.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe that's the thought. But I said I forget which show, but I just said, like, why pick anybody other than Rahm or Scheffler? Because it's going to be Sunday night and one of them will win, and we'll just go, well, no shit. Of course they were going to win. That's who they are. They're better than anyone else right now. And, here we are, and it's Jon Rahm.
Now, if you're a Brooks stan, such as ourselves, is it fair to say, can I say, like, Brooks is officially back? Is he back?
Yes, 100%.
Nice.
That feels good.
Nice.
That feels good to say.
Like it was good to talk to him Friday. Like I've always liked him. He's got like kind of an athletic arrogance that's different than a lot of golfers, which maybe some people think's off-putting. I don't. I mean, he's just over it. I want to play great in majors because I like him, and other tournaments I just aren't that interesting to him. And he's healthy, and if he's healthy, he's Rahm's strong. Brooks is strong too, man.
Yeah.
Did you see how much I just spit there? That was a lot of spit.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. A lot
Not
of
really.
moisture all weekend in Augusta.
Not really.
Pimento cheese
really.
spittle right there.
Yeah.
But he's really strong. Not as much spit. And absolutely he's back. And it's more fun in the game when Koepka is in the mix. I mean, the dude won 4 in like 18 months, and he had a chance. He finished second on his own, so that's the second runner up here. So
yeah,
unequivocally, Brooks Koepka back.
Nice.
So something I love about the Masters, and this is going to be a little bit of curveball, because they do a great job of celebrating the champion, and that becomes the prevailing story, and a lot of the other stuff just gets kind of washed away. There's not a lot of other noise. The Live, everyone thought it was going to be a big thing. It really wasn't. But
Go ahead.
My one question, one story that I would like for everyone to talk about. Patrick Cantlay is the slowest golfer of all time. Were people pissed after? And extra question, at Augusta, could Brooks and Jon Rahm have just played through? Could they just been like, guys, we're just going to go ahead. Like, this is too much.
If you're at a Muni and you're, stopping the cart person and slugging back some suds, you're absolutely airmailing the group in front of you. Like, let's go.
Yes.
I mean, Hovland and Cantlay took forever. And there's a certain amount of, I'll give you some latitude. It's the Masters. It's a big deal. I get that you have a routine and you stick to it. I also get that you're not in the lead and they are, and they're sitting on their golf bags like, while we're young.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? And good God, they took forever. Koepka said afterwards, like he was being maybe John did go to the bathroom 7 times, but he's like, I think Rahm went to the bathroom 7 times and we were still waiting. And like, we're the lead group by a lot. You gotta have a better sense of sort of, I mean, I think anybody that plays golf, I always hate it. I always feel like if oh God, someone's on the tee, like, let's go. And this is the Masters.
Right.
And they're like 6 ahead of us and we're grinding over this 4-footer. I mean, no, technically I don't think, Big Cat, you can play through. Would have been interesting to see what happened if they did. But it was, that took entirely too long for the second to the last group to play.
What are the rules in terms of a shot clock? Is there somebody there with a stopwatch that's counting shots?
Theoretically, I mean, you can get put on the clock. That happens in golf. I can't remember it happening here.
It did.
But it's one of those things, like, this annoys me when I watch basketball now, and I'm not rules McJohnny, like I don't care about a lot of stuff, but when you hand the ball to someone for the inbound, right? There's the officials always doing that, like 1, 2, like you're supposed to count. Or on the free throw, you're supposed to get 10 seconds. Just 1, 2, 3. No one counts. Like no one ever counts. And I'm thinking, well, if it's a rule, is it a rule or is it not a rule? Well, you kind of just don't know. Well, when it comes to people being on the clock, it's not like there's a big ass pitch clock, but there ought to be, because if there was, there would have been like somebody with a horn going, like you either have to putt or you'd get a 1-stroke penalty.
Yeah. It was crazy.
But so there is a clock in theory, but when you're on it, when you're not, it's more just sort of somebody kind of like, let's go, let's get it moving kind of a thing. But I don't know. I don't think anyone was on the clock today. But God, if they were, it would have been a problem.
Did you get a chance to catch up with Phil after the round? Because it seemed like Phil was in like alpha Phil mode, grabbing people's asses, fig jam. Like it was peak Phil that we saw. He was dressed in all black. He had the frosted shades on. He looked like he was enjoying himself. Yeah.
My Authority Cartman shades from like he was in full Phil mode. We had a good talk on, I don't remember what day it was. We caught up and had nothing to do with anything, just life stuff. And like I kept looking at him like, when did you get so thin? It's nuts. But then like, look, I'm gonna be honest. The Live guys had a good week. Koepka played well. Reed played well. Phil had the lowest round he's ever had in his life. But the Phil thing's totally out of left field. I mean, it wasn't like anyone beforehand was like, hey, Phil, huh?
Yeah.
Phil future. Take Phil top 5. Like no one was saying that to anyone. So there's a certain amount of just people play well here. Fred Couples set a record, the oldest guy to make the cut. And Phil's one of those guys. I said to North afterwards, I think Phil will play well here forever. He just has the kind of game that works. But I didn't see him when it was done. But he played an unbelievable round of golf. But unfortunately, like no one anywhere close to the lead did anything. Like Phil got to second for a time because everyone in the middle just kind of played like cheeks.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so speaking of old guys playing at Augusta, we had this debate before you came on. Can Tiger Woods ever win another Masters?
It would take a lot, man. I mean,
okay.
It would take his body not betraying him, and it would take Scheffler, Rahm, Koepka, Thomas, Spieth, Cantlay, Schauffele, Phil, if you want. I mean, it would just take everyone not playing as well as him. I mean, so this is the obligatory, well, never count Tiger Woods out. So,
that was what I took, yeah.
And look, I mean, of course, he did it in 19, but that was before this awful car wreck. And it's just, I don't know, man, it just sucks seeing what happened at the PGA where he just kind of can't get around, and then here the same deal. So it feels like that's probably done.
Could he get the exemption though to use a cart?
That's what everyone asked. He wouldn't do it, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just, that's a like game of golf kind of thing. He just wouldn't do it. He's just too proud a dude to like, no, here, no. Champions Tour or whatever, and you could zip around in that, sure, why not? But like here, no.
Yeah, I would see that Tiger having too much pride. The other story from the weekend, the weather, the trees, the stoppage. How many guys are on the Groundscrew at Augusta? Because they're insane. They might be the best at what they do versus anyone else in the entire world, any profession.
Facts, 100% facts. Like trees fell down, and in a half an hour, it's like it never happened. I have no idea. The thing about Augusta National is that they have a bottomless well of resources to just make things happen that don't make sense. Like, I mean, like the last year, if anyone watched the par 3 contest, which is actually a lot of fun, like you come back a year later and there was a brand new par 3 course. Like they moved stuff all over the place. There's outages that weren't there. I mean, and this was like in 6 months. I mean, it's not reasonable. You can't do that. Well, they did.
Right.
These trees fall down, and then like the next day, it's like probably new trees were there. I don't know, or if they weren't, all the other ones were gone. It happened a few years ago. Like one of the trees on Magnolia Lane was down, and then I think if I have it right, I swear the next day there was just a new one. Where do you get a new mature magnolia tree? Like I planted azaleas in my yard. They still have those shitty little yellow tags on them and won't grow.
Right.
I mean, what am I doing wrong? You know what I need? I need the Augusta Groundscrew to come to my house and sort out my yard situation. But we're kidding, but we're not. Like they do stuff here that makes no logical sense.
They're incredible. Like just even seeing on Saturday, the puddles and everything, all the water. It's like, oh, that'll be fine tomorrow. Like no problem.
Yeah. And you come Sunday and the sun comes out and the wind starts blowing and it's like yesterday didn't happen. I don't know. There's a lot of magic that goes on here that's hard to kind of figure out.
Yeah.
And how many lives were saved by the fact that you're not allowed to have a cell phone out there? So everybody.
No joke.
So the tree falls and nobody's looking at their phones.
True.
They're like, whoa, that could have been a disaster.
And we were on the air and like and obviously there's like feeds now, so it's obviously on the internet. But then in terms of the television broadcast, we were simply trying to make certain everyone was okay. And miraculously they were. And I think from one of the angles, I think 2 trees fell around a person.
Yes.
Which, how's that possible? And how did they not get smashed by a tree? I just thank God they weren't. But I was talking to a number of different players like Keith Mitchell. You should get him on. You'd love him. Cashmere is an awesome dude. And he's on the 15th hole. And it's a delay. And I text him. I said, did you see that? He's like, my heart stopped because his family's out there and he's trying to figure out, like, is everyone all right? And again, they were. If like Tiger's group's there or if there were cell phones, 100% people are really hurt bad or worse. And so, again, thank God that didn't happen. But I don't even know I don't know. It wasn't that windy. I don't know what that was about, man. It was like something just came zipping through and all of a sudden trees fell over. That's never happened.
Yeah.
At the time I've ever been here.
The Live Tour guys
crazy.
had their bone saw guys out there. Just cut it down real quick.
Yeah. But seriously, shout out to Groundscrew. They deserve a big shout out for the entire weekend because it did feel on Sunday we were just watching what we always love. Sunday at the Masters looked perfect. Yep. Other story I want to touch on real quick. How crazy is it that Sam Bennett finished top 10? Put that into perspective. Amateur, like, guys aren't supposed to do that. They invite like 4 or 5 amateurs every year. They usually miss the cut. Like, when you're watching that, you're like, how is this kid hanging with the big dogs as long as he did?
It was nuts. And I said on the broadcast, like, everyone just thinks he looks like Dabo, right?
He looks like Dabo. He also kind of looks like Jay Buhner, I feel like.
Fair. Well, I think, is that the official Texas A&M beard? Like, it's like, or is it just like an SEC chin beard? Whatever it is. He came in the Butler cabin. It was really cool. Like, I forget that. That's like a sacred place to go in the sport.
Yeah.
And he's in there, and he's told me, he said, I'm more nervous now sitting here with you than I was out there. And he was playing with Scheffler and the pervert. Right?
Yeah, no, we don't say that anymore.
It's spicy meatball.
No.
Mamma mia.
Meatball.
Yeah.
Somebody gave a meatball.
Yeah, we already told that person who, shout out Spicy Meatball, they can come watch the Masters with us every year because they're probably never allowed back at Augusta National.
No, I think that's fine. But again, apologies for he's obviously not a pervert. But he played alongside a top 10 player in Max and the reigning champion, and he was better than both of them for 2 days. But he did that thing, fellas, where he came into the press center and said that the course he played, the amateur on, was harder than the Augusta National. You don't want to tempt the fate like that. Like DeChambeau came in a couple years ago and said par there for him was 67. and things haven't gone great for him since. There's just certain things at Augusta National that you figure out, right? That you just don't want to tempt. You don't want to tempt fate. You don't want to wag your finger at anybody. And so Bennett did that, but I think it was totally harmless. He wasn't like saying I'm better than this. But I think the kid came there thinking I might win. He got back to Butler Cabin and he won low amateur, which is awesome. I mean, it was an incredible story. And if you go down the list, look at how many different people he beat. I mean, that's an incredible accomplishment. But and the number of times I've been there, like amateurs that are like in the final group, like can't remember any. So that was an incredible storyline for sure.
Yeah, Scott, I'm curious to know, as an Augusta veteran, what do you look forward to eating the most when you go back? Besides the big Texas cinnamon roll, when you're out there on the course, are you a pimento cheese guy?
No, chicken salad on wheat. Chicken salad on wheat is low key, high key, the go-to.
Okay.
And the vets know that. So go chicken salad on the honey wheat. They replaced the brioche this year, which was kind of controversial. And then people were like, well, it's the Masters. They probably figure it out. That's the one you want. That's the go-to. So I probably had, I don't know, not double digits, but a lot of those, including one, like walking out of the media center, just like an absolute animal. I feel like you don't eat and then you're starving. And then through the years, whether it was with Russillo or Stanford Steve, I've made it pretty clear. It's not a treat to eat with me. And I just always look up and I feel like people are like, Jesus, look at this guy. Like, keep your poise, big boy. It's like chicken salad. It's a bad scene. But speaking of the big Texas.
Oh, yeah.
We got one here?
Let's get it.
Moment of truth.
Now, this is a tradition unlike any other.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Are we out?
Oh, wait, I got to turn it around, right?
Is it not there? Oh, no. Someone ate it all. Look.
They ate all the big Texas.
No, it's bad.
I think that's
what's Mrs. Freshley's donut sticks glazed? We think is that a move?
Yeah, I think that's the new one.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a true story.
Yeah.
There was a guy that's out there working, and first of all, it's awesome. People like love you on PMT, which is great. AWL's out there all over the place. But there's one guy that was there working at Augusta National, literally comes over to me and is like, hey, you gonna get the big Texas tonight? I'm like, I hope so. And think how crusty he's gonna be to find out that all there is the Mrs. Freshley's.
I'll bet Nance got there before you.
Yeah.
Hello, friend.
Yeah, this is how we make new traditions. So it's Mrs. Freshley's Donuts.
But wait, I want to be honest with you. Like, if we talked about this, I feel like in years past. I mean, it's a murderer's row of treats. Like, there's everything else is high level, like not just Fritos, but chili cheese Fritos.
Oh,
not just Cheetos, cheddar jalapeno cheddar.
Ooh. And that's good. It's good.
Yeah, but there's no big Texas.
Yeah.
And you know what's, again, your listeners are the best, as you know, but all year long, somebody will see it, and how many times do you get a tweet, right, where someone just sends you a picture of a big Texas?
It's great. It puts a smile
Why
on my face.
Why are they not sponsoring? I mean, I know you guys are doing just fine, but I feel like Big Texas is missing massive opportunities to just send you them in bulk.
I agree.
mean, the problem is with Big Texas, it is the closest treat that you can have that will like substitute for a meal in a pinch, but you basically have to call in sick the next day if you're eating a Big Texas for dinner that night.
There's a density that just is rare.
It's the heaviest snack. Now, Scott, I want to give you the opportunity to clear something up because I saw somebody claim that when Kevin Na withdrew on Thursday, there's a coworker that we have that bet on him. I heard a rumor that you were doing the gritty across the bridge there at Augusta because you were so happy that Kevin Na withdrew from the tournament. Is that true?
What?
And that your head was spinning around?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, is that Frank?
Yeah.
Did Frank say that?
Yeah.
What? We sorted this out with Frank. There was a detente.
No, I FaceTimed you. I FaceTimed you with Frank, and you guys hashed it out. And then, unfortunately, you broke the detente and started celebrating on camera when Justin Verlander got hurt.
What?
Your head was spinning, Scott. We all saw it.
Here's what I'm going to do for Frank. I'm just going to embrace the heel thing.
Yes.
And I'm going to openly root against. No, you know why I can't do that? Because I don't do it, and all people do is fire at me and say that my head's spinning. Are you proud? Are you happy now? And so that I can't win.
Yeah, can I give you some advice? Here's I think how you should play it. Because you're in a battle right now with an unbeatable foe.
Correct.
You just have to completely ignore all of it.
I mostly do.
Yeah.
And then people took me seriously when I was like, you can't talk about my kids.
I knew you were joking.
And then people are like, and it's you know what it is? It's the Russillo. Russillo's the best at the joke that somehow people don't understand it's a joke, and then he just ignores it. That's his favorite. His favorite is when he can drop something and then people react to it and he just walks away like, see what I did?
Yeah.
Not me. But I'm dealing with Frank and all of the people that love, and everyone loves Frank. I'm Team Frank. I don't dislike the Mets. My head's not spinning. I don't celebrate anyone's injury. It doesn't matter because Frank's going to blame me, and I'm fine. I'm happy to be the person Frank blames. But there's no winning either way, so we'll just have to just ignore it and hope it goes away.
The good news is Buster Olney is still number one on the list, and the best Frank story is that he like started ranting to me one day. He always says Buster Olney's just reporting about the Mets and he's smiling, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then I went and looked, and in Buster Olney's Twitter avatar, he's actually smiling. So Frank was like, he's smiling every time he tweets about the Mets. I was like, well, that's his Twitter avatar.
But here's the thing. This is a secret. This is breaking news. Buster hates the Mets.
Yes. All right, well, Scott.
Buster, wait. Buster hates Frank. He doesn't hate Frank, and he hates neither Frank nor the Mets. But I said it, and I'm sure you can edit it in a way that there'll be fucking voodoo dolls of me now because I had the stupidity to make the joke. It's just a joke. But
all
anyway.
right, so Scott, I know you got to go. Last question, rowback question. RHOBACK.com. Use code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, joggers. I'm wearing the joggers. I'm wearing the hoodie. Best clothes out there. Promo code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. Last question. How much of your personal wealth have you paid to get Hunter Dickinson to Maryland?
We just need to know the number. What's the number? And we'll figure it out.
Listen.
And here's the thing. If that happens, I will be the greatest hypocrite of all time because he was the number one heel in the conference.
Oh, yeah.
He hated Maryland. He made it his personal mission to troll Maryland at every turn. And then if he comes there, then everyone's like, oh, that's awesome. Let's go Terps, go Hunter Dickinson. So we just need to know what the number is, But he could be trolling us now and go someplace else. And then, that's kind of, I think in every Maryland fan's back of their mind, they're like, is he really maybe going to do this, or is this all just an incredibly elaborate ruse? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, you guys will be very hateable because I don't hate Maryland, but if Hunter Dickinson's on there, and he knows how I feel because he does the same to Wisconsin, so get ready for that. But you'll be fine with it. All right, well, Scott, thank you as always. You are the best. We appreciate it, and hopefully you get home safe and have fun with the Mrs. Daisy's donuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a decision here. I might go Fruitables, maybe Funables fruity snacks. That's a total departure.
Those are good.
All right, boys, be good. I appreciate you. And Buster doesn't hate the Mets.
Yeah, we cut that part.
Okay.
Scott Van Pelt was brought to you by ZipRecruiter. When it comes to scoring great hires for your business, you may be up against some obstacles. You might have a lot of applicants, but difficulty finding the right ones for your job, or finding time to hire while running your business, plus trying to ensure workplace safety. That's why you need ZipRecruiter on your team. No matter the industry, healthcare, manufacturing, business services, ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. First, when you post a job on ZipRecruiter, it gets sent out to over 100 top job sites. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology then hustles for you to find people with the right experience for your job and invites them to apply. It saves you time, saves you effort, saves you headache. In fact, listen to this stat, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the very first day. So add ZipRecruiter to your online roster to help you win the hiring game. Go to ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. You can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Scott Van Pelt was also brought to you by our good friends over at Renfields. That's right, it's Universal Pictures, and if you think your boss sucks, get ready to meet Renfield's boss. Universal Pictures' new film Renfield hits theaters April 14th, starring Emmy nominee Nicholas Hoult and Oscar winner Nicolas Cage in the role he was truly born to play, Dracula. Say no more, you have me. Nicolas Cage playing Dracula, and it's as gory and glorious as you can imagine. Holt starts as Renfield, Dracula's assistant, who's been luring in his boss's victims for decades, and he's finally hitting his breaking point. He's overworked. He has no benefits. He's got no work-life balance. I mean, we've all been there, right? But you can't exactly put in a 2 weeks' notice when you've got an undead, all-powerful boss. No, Dracula's assistant is not a job you can quit without a fight. Directed by the guy who brought you The Tomorrow War and the Lego Batman movie. Written by the guys who brought you The Walking Dead and Rick and Morty. Renfield is a modern monster movie with some serious bite. It's a bloody good time and the most fun that you'll have in theaters this April. That's Universal Pictures Renfield. Only in theaters, April 14th. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. That's all you need to say.
That's all you need to do.
I'm in.
Nicolas Cage Dracula. Okay. Hank, I feel like this has been a tumultuous re-entry. I'm happy you're back.
I hope you get this.
I actually am rooting for you in this specific
Let's
case.
go, Hank.
Because, it's kind of like you don't see someone for a while, long time, and then you see him again, and it's like, how do we converse? But we're back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You called me fat. That was when I knew. I was like, my guy's back.
Well,
He's all the way back.
you literally asked for it.
Yeah, no, I did. I wanted it. Give me more.
But now you're mad.
No, I want more. I think it's funny when you guys roast us in Harry Potter because we don't understand it.
No idea.
Yeah, people will love that portion of the show.
So, Hank, have you ever gotten this?
Nope.
Have you ever gotten it?
Nope.
How many people in San Diego asked you?
Not as many. Not as many as Houston.
Oh, those are your people.
Yeah.
Those are your people. Okay. Okay.
We did make a bet, though.
Yeah, should we say that?
Yeah. Hank, what did you agree to if you don't get the lottery ball before the end of next football season?
I will get a tattoo of the lottery ball machine, but if I pass you in total victories by the end of next football season, you will get a lottery ball machine.
Yeah, first you have to win one.
Tramp stamp.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
That's an
so,
awesome
Jake,
bet.
how many do I have? 4?
PFT has 4.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that's a lot. Okay, it's a deal, Hank.
You got this, Hank.
I'm rooting for you. I
Wait,
want you to get
so if
one.
Hank gets it once,
No bet.
no bet.
Or if I get, what's 4? What if I tie you?
I think he has to get 4.
Well, PFT could also
No,
extend
yeah,
that
let's
as well.
let's say 4.
No, it's a head-to-head.
But what if we tie?
I think he should get the tie. 4's a lot.
If
And
we
you
tie
can
at
keep
4?
getting it. Yeah. If
If
you
we
tie
tie-
it any
Yeah.
number.
I mean, I'm going to
to
get it at least 3 more times.
Right, if you
It's
tie it any number-
It's very easy to get this.
It
right.
is-
Is it Super Bowl Sunday or regular season?
Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Football
And
season.
a tie goes to Hank.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, deal.
Okay. Have you ever gotten this?
Nope,
Try to
96.
chase me down.
Oh, that was a false start.
No.
Oh, no,
That was a
Hank.
false start.
Right
You
off
do
the
that
bat.
on purpose, though? You never know with him.
No, he didn't.
I think he might have.
No, he didn't do that on purpose.
Numbers.
69.
I'm going to go with 96.
18.
I'll go 17.
98.
20.
96. This would be great.
$41. Was that your second number, Hank?
Nope.
Is it your third?
Nope.
Fourth?
Nope.
Fifth?
Nope.
Sixth?
I don't know.
Love you guys.
The Easter Bunny has actually nothing to do with Christianity and was a pre-Christian pagan symbol.
Do I do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
69.
This counts. 17.
96.
Oh!
I'm going to go 98.
20.
This counts, Jake. Official.
18.
But would you
There's
want?
one less ball.
Would you want to
Yes.
win this?
No.
77.
That was yesterday. That was Friday's show.
Yeah, damn. And Hank
Back-to-back
guessed that
shows.
before.
77.
Are we sure 69's still in there?
Yes, Billy. 69 is still in there.